boy. Hi, boy. Hi, boy.
Hey guys, and we are live. Hope everyone's having a great Friday night. I'm here for it all. So right now I'm waiting for anything to go on, but for now we're watching Simcast IRL. He's actually live, so don't forget to go and subscribe to him and join, his membership. He's really good. So right now he's talking to I want to say she's might be an independent, a little left leaning, plus somebody on the right. They're in regards to Trump. So let's go ahead and listen in.
Strengthen actual liberal institutions.
I got it.
I think they
got it.
should
You're gonna trophy. I can
understand.
tell you got that trophy, son.
Go to timcast.com and join our Discord
Yeah, go to
community.
Casper.com, get some coffee.
Yeah,
You see coffee prices are going through the roof because of the war, Tim? Did you see that? Has it affected Casper?
Our prices are unaffected.
Okay, good. Well, it
Our
has been
price, you can get some
affected.
big booty Latina love potion at the same low price it's always been.
Casper.com.
No, I think Alex, I'll give you a little pushback.
I love
The reason
Alex
why they're
Stein's
dropping
coffee,
the
just so
mass
you know.
deportation thing is because
Very
they're
strong.
losing Hispanic voters. This is what the intern.
No.
This is what they're saying, bro.
It's because of when this first
Oh,
started,
okay,
he
hold
literally
on.
said we're not going to
Farm
deport
workers and hospital
exactly
and hotel
right.
workers. I
And
know
Trump
this.
owns hotels.
And he's got allies and businessmen who are like, hey, we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You also have the political class saying the Hispanic vote for Republicans has dropped dramatically because they don't like the ICE raids and DHS. That's why they pulled out of Minnesota.
That's not
I was
true.
right that his ice raids didn't look good.
I don't agree that means it's a uniparty. I do agree that it means that Trump's got special interests
Dude,
behind
you
him.
know it's a uniparty. They can't even pass the SAVE Act, Tim. They can't even. No, I'm not even kidding. They can't even
Yeah.
pass the
It's a good point.
most simplistic thing. It's
One
just
of the
you have
most
to show an
popular bills in American history.
And they can't even pass that because there's Republicans who are saying, oh, I don't know. Look,
So
there's
it's
no
political will
faith.
for it because they're tying it to voter fraud, which just like everyone.
No.
Well, this
There's
is
no will for it because I agree with the Republicans and the Democrats largely are like we like the status quo.
Yeah.
They-
So
we
they're
don't
not
wanna
going
change
to rock
it.
the boat. Like, just like the DOJ is not going to
But again, this
investigate
goes
the DOJ
this
over
goes
January
back to my
6th.
point
Sort
where
of, but this is to the progressives' point. This is why progressives would say we need to do things that rally against. Like the progressive argument, right, is
The
to
trans
say
kids.
this isn't left versus right. The progressives reject the Democrat Party.
Well, look.
They say we need a complete revival where the power actually shifts back to the
I'm
people.
gonna lay it out for you. It's very simple.
They just also want to trans the kids.
So a guy in a black hoodie with a black mask on comes up and says the government is full of corrupt politicians. And I go, here, brother. And then he starts waving a red and black flag, and he says the military-industrial complex has been waging war, killing civilians without cause for generations. And I go, yeah, man, I hear you. And he goes, we got to change that. And I say, yeah, I agree. What can we do? And he goes, we got to put in a candidate who's going to put a stop to this corruption, who's going to fix our voting systems and make sure that people's voice is heard. And I say, well, I'm in. What do I do? Vote for the guy who wants to cut this girl's tits off. And I go, huh?
Well,
And then I turn around and walk off.
I mean,
It's just crazy to me that your number in your pluralistic moral system of what matters most in voting, you're like, no, I couldn't. Imagine you could
How about-
overnight we could wave a wand and
How
you could
about-
vote away corruption, but
Easy with the hand. Like, I'm right next to you.
We're transing Phil specifically. No, but we can
How about,
trans kids.
how about,
yeah.
how about the
I'm
people?
joking, I'm joking.
How about like just instead of take it away from the trans topic, like how about people that are like we don't respect property rights and we're going to expropriate your property?
Yeah, we shouldn't work with communists. I agree. Right, in the
That's-
same way that we shouldn't work with like Nick Fuentes, who is a theocrat.
Yeah, well that's fair enough, but
Yeah,
that's exactly what the progressives want to do. That's what AOC wants to do. That's what Ro Khanna's talking about. That's
Well,
what they're doing in California.
AOC is hated by the communists because she moderated and does a lot of bipartisan bills and is
Okay,
increasingly
so
trying to do
just
so.
because the communists have a problem with her doesn't mean that she wouldn't institute policies that the communists want. First of all, second of all, that would also destroy the economy.
I don't believe that AOC would ever have any political will behind her to actually
Bernie
get rid of.
Sanders would do that.
No,
Bernie like I said, Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna are talking about a wealth
You know,
tax,
my-
which they say it's
Sure,
only. They
you
say
can
it's
dislike
only.
their taxing
they
systems,
say
but
no, but
that's
but
not getting
no,
rid of private
stop,
property.
listen, stop. They say like, oh, it's only for the
So
the
annoying.
millionaires and billionaires because Bernie's a millionaire, but that will cause capital flight. And then it will go get transferred on down to people that have a house that's worth $1 million
Phil,
or
if
half
you
a
don't pay
million
your
dollars.
property taxes, what happens?
They seize your
take
property.
it.
Exactly.
This
so
is
you
why-
can just argue that that's already communism right there. That every year I have to pay taxes on my house that I already own.
And your house
Listen,
doesn't generate no
property
income for
No,
you.
property
For
taxes
real.
are state taxes, and you can move if you don't like it. I'm talking about a federal tax. That's why I mentioned Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna.
Sure. So this is where like federalism of America compared to like Canada is really cool, and that like different states can have these different
that's
rules.
why I specified federal.
Yes, I understand, but I'm moving back more towards like these broader conversations of like how we like try to unify these two bodies, right? And the answer is if you always will have something you prioritize just preferentially over corruption, I guess, yeah, then we're doomed. But I guess I would say if we care about like one of the fundamental things that made this country great, that has shifted over time, but is built on like certain liberal, not left, liberal values like strong institutions, balance of power, ensuring that like the votes have integrity, that we have some level of like regulation and whatnot. If you value some of these things, if you value free speech, right, the miracle that is Western liberal democracies, then you have to prioritize probably some other things over other things, but definitely vote within your state against trans kids.
But the problem is there's a difference of opinion on what those definitions are to those terms that you're using. One side doesn't see it the same way. So how do you fix that?
I agree that we don't see it the same way, but here's one of the benefits of this latest kind of FCC pressuring of all these things is all of a sudden all the progressives that I was yelling at 3 years ago being like, actually, free speech matters even for people we disagree with, like conservatives. Now they're going, free speech, right? Now we're at this perfect type of position where a lot of the progressives, not just liberals, but progressives are actually sensitive to certain, there's progressives that are 2A, right? Like that's happening right now. We're in this poised position where
they're 2A
everyone's
the same way
sick
that, like,
of
Marx
fundamental
was.
rights getting removed, and we're understanding why these rights mattered in the first place. And what we shouldn't do is go, well, the billionaires are winning, so I guess I guess we're fucked. Like that can't be the answer.
No, I mean, why not?
Because
like, what's wrong if like, honest question, like, let's say the billionaires take back control and they seize media, and then everybody has a homogenized worldview, and everybody agrees almost on everything. It'll be like the 90s again. What's wrong with that?
what's wrong with the reduction of rights?
I didn't say reduction of rights.
Well, the homogenized society that we're talking about in this unipolar system is less free speech, for example, because there's control of media.
Okay, let's just pause again, and I'll ask the question again. The billionaires fund their politicians who win. They take the media back over. They buy it all up. They put in personalities. The country homogenizes around a similar set of worldviews with minor differences, where anyone can speak their mind and say whatever they want whenever they want. What's wrong with that?
That I have no issue with, but it sounds like the system you're outlining isn't that.
I just outlined it. What do you mean?
Well, when we started the show, right, you were telling us about
that's exactly what I said. They want to. They're going to drown out all the chaos and the noise with AI slop. They're going to put in their trusted personalities to create a homogenous moral worldview.
And they're going to have the same opinions no matter what. And what happens if they don't have the same opinions?
And what
happens if you don't agree with some of the opinions?
Like if like you have a small percent of dissenters who make blogs and do their own videos on YouTube.
What if you've got a podcaster who works for CBS who like maybe has a different opinion? Can they voice that?
I'm like, are you asking if an individual has a right to go on someone else's platform?
No, I'm asking.
They can go and say whatever they want where they want.
Are people allowed to have free speech? Are they allowed to oppose things?
Well, yeah,
Well, like,
duh.
I don't invite you on my show if I don't like you.
Sure, that's
So when they
freedom of
buy up all the
association.
news networks,
Yes,
and
if
then
your
tell-
billionaires lead to a world where we just respect liberal constitutional values and amendments and like these liberal things that I've outlined, these like 4 things, sure, that's fine. I'm fine with that, but it sounds like you're saying that they won't.
my point is, when there are 5 streaming services and every person who's hired to have shows where they get a lot of views are going to be either somewhat moderate on war or pro-war, like, if you are an anti-war individual, they're not going to invite you on the show.
Sure.
That's not a violation of free speech.
Sure, but the system that you outlined to all of us, and my understanding, if I can go
Is
back
the
and
political elites buying up
by a podcast, they restructure narratives so that there's kind of the same 2 parties.
Yeah.
They've got the controlled opposition.
The
so that
easiest way to explain it is
basically
the
everything's
easiest way to
the
explain
same.
it is they
Nothing's
want
different.
to recreate Obama McCain.
And you know they can do this very easily once they put in a social credit score. I'm not even kidding. You know, that is how they can basically make it.
Yep.
Well, I think they. I mean, if they put that in, they just create more
Alex.
free social services, and then we'd all have to just behave in
The
order to
social
get
credit score
access to
already
it.
exists.
I know, I
You just
agree.
can't
But
use it.
but it will be out in the open. It'll be like your driver's license. You'll have to check your social credit score to go
No.
anywhere.
So that already exists.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like just out in the open.
They-
not
I'd be
Nah,
screwed,
it's just
guys,
in the open.
if
They
a
need to
social
do it.
credit score actually
So,
existed
for
and was in
instance,
play right now because
There are people who have gone on social media that shadow ban and ban
I told you guys
instantly.
before about like the movie Demolition
I mean,
Man,
like, TikTok does it
right?
like crazy.
And so
That's it. They
I'd
know
be
who
that
you are,
person
and
that
they'll
would
say, "No,
constantly get
your social
violations.
credit score is in the gutter."
But
Or they're
things
like,
change,
you are
right?
fined
Like,
one
policy does
credits
change.
for the
Like,
verbal
like,
morale.
yes,
Yeah, that'd be
democracies
me.
have a large preferentialism for slow change, but things do change. Like,
You know-
the world looks different now than it did in the 80s, even at a policy level.
I take it back. I think we should have a forward-facing social credit score system.
If we're gonna have it, it should be
No, no.
forward-facing.
Well, check it out. Let me explain it like this. Like, Nick Fuentes is persona non grata, right? And Richard Spencer is largely too, even though he's not really been as active in the past 7 or so years.
I heard he gained
Nick-
a lot of weight. You see
Well,
him
I
lately?
don't know.
He's really
Nick
fat.
Fuentes.
He
Okay.
is. I'm just saying. He's really fat now.
Look,
But go ahead.
Nick Fuentes
okay.
is banned from everywhere, and they don't
I
care
don't see what it
why.
has to
If
do
you
with
try to sign up for a new
anything.
platform, they'll just ban him instantly. There's no number telling anybody that he's bad. They just say, that's a scary name. Now imagine, we had a forward-facing social credit score system, and Nick Fuentes was at a 90 out of 800. He could do things to raise that social credit
Yeah.
score, and then when he applies for a PayPal, they don't immediately go, Nick Fuentes. They go, Nick Fuentes, is your score improved? Oh, it's a 700. Welcome aboard. I'm kidding. I really don't want that, but think about the alternative.
I think it's inevitable, though.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about the Black Mirror episode. You do
Basically,
realize that.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Jeez.
So what
Yeah.
is the bad side to it?
The bad side is that Black Mirror episode where her day goes bad and then her score just keeps dropping
Right.
like crazy.
And then it's over for her.
China
Yeah,
has it.
I remember
It's
that.
nuts.
That's crazy.
Most of the
And it's
the
over.
Yeah, they do, and I believe that they have like billboards. So, for example, if you were like jaywalking, they have these like screens up,
It
right?
absolutely is.
And
Well,
it
look at
catches
your-
you
like, if you wanna
jaywalking,
get
your
an apartment in
face
New York City
gets
to co-op
plastered
board,
there, and
you
you
can just
see
basically
points
say
dropping,
nothing, like, if they
and people
just
are
don't like
voting
anybody.
on
And so I
like
think that
were you in the
that,
wrong
whatever
and stuff
happens in
like that.
New York,
Like
it's kinda can be
that's
extrapolated to
crazy.
the future of
As
our
I told you
society,
guys,
so
man,
it's
if it was
kinda
me,
already do, like Tim says, has
Yeah.
a hidden social
I'd probably
credit score,
have
I think
0.
It would probably be better if we had a forward-facing one, because then at least you
Because
get some
I do
free
what I
government
want.
assistance or something,
You
right?
know,
'Cause that's why
within the
people
law,
sign up for it,
guys.
because it'll-
But
they
you
don't have to
know,
pay as many taxes. They'll get a
I'm
free
not the
car,
type of
free
person
gas,
that's
whatever
gonna just
incentive they need
you
to
know
make
roll
us
over
agree to it.
and
But
take
if
these.
you're,
You know,
if the Trump,
I will
Rubio,
live on my
Gabbard
feet.
coalition that we
What
outlined
else
at
to
the
say?
beginning
I'd
is
rather
moving
die
in
on
that
my feet than
direction,
live on my knees,
again,
and
my
that's who I
question
am.
is, what do we
So
do about
yeah,
So honest question, like
I probably
if
wouldn't
the
stop
Democratic Party
cussing or
was
doing anything
actually
else.
moderated, right?
I have
let's
such
say
a
that
bad
they were
time
just
mouth,
like,
guys. I really gotta
Tulsi
work on it.
Gabbard is socially liberal on a bunch of things. She's worked with Republicans, so she's got moderates on her side. And if she genuinely won the primary, is that a bad thing?
not in my fundamental question always with any politician is what's their policy.
Right. If she's like, I'm pro-choice, pro-progressive tax, I want universal health care, but I like Trump. I worked with him. He was good to me. We don't need to be angry, but I just disagree with him on foreign policy, so I'm going to run. And then she wins the primary, becomes the nominee. Is that a good or bad thing?
Well, it would depend on, so she's flipped now, Democrat, Republican, then back to Democrat. I would need, it's kind of like this like Kamala thing of being like, uncanny valley of being like, when you remember when Kamala was like a progressive for her entire
Hillary
career,
was
and then
against
she
gay
ran as a
marriage,
moderate.
less
But
than
again,
20 years
hold on,
ago.
Kyle, can we just answer the question? Like,
Well,
if Tulsi Gabbard flipped
answering
back,
it the
I know
way
you're
you
upset
have to
about
do,
it.
which is using an example, like a comparative example, right? So the problem that probably would happen
So
with
the answer
Tulsi
is no?
Gabbard, well, maybe. Can I trust that she's actually telling the truth this time? Or
That's not part of the. That's not the hypothetical I'm
I would
offering
like
up.
well, if the
If she legitimately won a primary, is it a good thing?
it depends on what her policies are, and if I actually can legitimately believe that she'll enact those policies.
Just say you don't care for democracy.
I do care about democracy.
Then why are you upset if someone legitimately wins an election?
Because if they're lying about their policies to an election and they don't enact anything,
Well,
then they're
that's
not
not
enacting the will
part
of
of
the
the
people.
hypothetical. You're adding things I didn't
But
say.
that's the point of democracy, is that people
What?
give up their authority to elected officials to enact their will. So
Okay,
if the
okay, hold on, hold
politician
on.
that I
This
vote
girl.
for doesn't do my
Kyle,
will,
you need
to ask it
that is a
differently.
problem.
Ask it
If you
differently.
did not eat breakfast yesterday, how would you have felt?
Hungry.
Now, why can't you answer the question about Tulsi Gabbard? If she is duly
If you're-
elected in the
Tim,
primary, is
I
it
can
good?
I can do obnoxious, dumb, thought-ending cliches as well.
Why can't you answer the question?
I'm engaging in good faith, and I'm telling you why there are issues to it
I
not
am
being analogous.
If Ron Kaspersky won the Democratic primary, is it a good thing?
Potentially.
The people
What
said
are
we
his-
like his policies,
My
we voted
question
for him,
is,
he won.
what are his policies? Well, I'm gonna feel.
You don't know.
Then I don't know how I feel about it, because I'm going to be happy if a politician that I like his policies has win, and I'm going to be less happy if a politician that I don't like wins it.
I think you're being naive, because a lot of
No, I
politicians,
think you're avoiding the question. I'm asking
get
you
in
about
power and
I'm
don't
asking
even
about
do
the
what they
function of
campaigned on.
democracy for
Facts.
a reason, and you have no answer.
That's not a no answer.
It is not an answer.
Wait, so would you just be happy no matter who gets elected?
It is a good thing for a democracy when the people choose their leaders. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, of course.
Easy
Yep.
answer. Was that hard?
So when Biden gets elected, you're happy about that?
When the people choose their leaders, okay? When the people
Biden gets
say,
elected.
"I want my," I'm not talking about. I'm not going to get into specifics because you're going to create a culture war. I'm asking you about a random guy
Okay.
named Ron Kapersky because I'm trying to remove
Ro
it from the.
Ryren. If Ro Ryren gets elected, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, what if he has mostly liberal policies?
It doesn't matter. The people voted for him.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Why is it hard for you to answer?
because it feels like you're doing a weird thing.
No, I'm asking you a basic function of
No.
democracy
Stop,
as a
stop,
Socratic
stop.
method to
You're
lead
doing
up
that-
to the point I'm trying to make. But you refuse
Okay,
to answer.
what's the point that you're trying to? Well, I'm not refusing to answer. I'm
You are
saying
absolutely refusing
no,
to answer.
I'm saying, would I be personally happy about it? It depends on what the policy of the elected official is. Am I happy that democracy is working generally? Yes, I'm happy that democracy.
Was that so difficult?
That's the only thing you need to answer.
I'm trying to understand. Wait, why are you laughing? What are we
Because-
talking about? Why are we talking about this?
I asked
Connect
It's like,
back to the
"Ooh."
beginning
Yeah,
of
I'll
the
let you
conversation.
chose their elected leaders a good thing, and you refused
It's like
to
she
answer.
missed the point.
You gave
I was the X factor on this
Mm.
show, so I thought I'd come in and prove it.
Are you
I know, say
drunk?
something, Ian.
How you guys feeling, man?
Please derail it. We've been talking about hypotheticals for almost 2 hours.
Okay,
I have
this is what we gotta do. We used to do a lot of military philosophy. We used to do a lot of military tactics. Now we're doing political philosophy as well because we're the strongest on the planet. We have to figure out how to use it.
Ian, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Is it a good thing if the people duly elect their chosen representative?
Yes.
What does duly mean?
Are you serious? Jeez.
It means legitimately. It means correctly and through fair and normal processes.
It's a transparent process that can be
Is
used,
it a
used for
functional,
evil.
fair process where the people say, "I like this guy, I'm
Yeah.
voting for him," and then he wins?
It
Is that a
can be
good
used
thing?
for good or evil.
But is it good if the people choose their leader?
Well, if they choose a bad leader, you could say the process is transparent, but is used for evil or good. It's like a neutral
I'm not
process.
talking about your opinion on the politics of the person. I'm saying, do you think Democratic representatives are a good? People choosing their leaders a good
At
thing?
least worse, yeah. I
Like, he
haven't
wants
seen
a
a
king.
better
He wants a king.
process.
Okay, fine. King it is.
So
That's fine, I'm fine.
yes,
Literally.
if the process is legitimate, yes, it is good that the person who gets the most votes through whatever system that we have, electoral college, wins. Yes, that's good, assuming that the election is valid. But
Yes.
why were we talking about this?
Because you brought up
We were talking
the
about Tulsi Gabbard.
Gabbard Trump ticket and the billionaires backing them. And so the question I'm asking is, if the voters did want Tulsi, is it bad that she wins?
Not necessarily, no.
Right, that's my point. If
That was
you look
all
at it
he's
through
asking, guys.
The lens of political machinations, you're going to hate every politician ever.
I'm not inherently opposed to Gabbard. What my actual position that I was outlining here that you were initially pushing back on was I was saying, well, aren't we concerned that if Gabbard is just a controlled opposition and it's not a legitimate person and she's just going to not do the policies that she runs on, I would look at that and go, that isn't as legitimate as of democracy.
But
because
that's
then we
every
essentially have a
politician. How many
charlatan, right? We have
politicians do
somebody
you
who's
know
saying,
actually
"I'll do
push
this," but she's actually just controlled by
the
the other
policies
party
they
and
said they
won't
wanted to
necessarily
do?
that thing. Okay,
Like they
I don't
actually
want
did
a
all of
puppet
them.
democracy.
That
They
happens
don't.
all the time.
Well, to some extent, there's actually this like really interesting political theory that says all civilians to some degree assume that politicians are lying, but we also
Yeah.
still want politicians to enact like 60% of their policy. Well, we're upset, right? This is why people are upset with Trump. He ran on no wars, and now he's not doing that, which is why
And
people are
mass
upset.
deportations.
And they should be upset because he's defying what is otherwise legitimate authority that the people gave to him.
But he
That's
did
why people
everything
are
else
upset
that
if
he
Tulsi
said.
got elected,
So
and
no,
done
not
what she said
everybody
she
is
would
upset.
do,
You know who's
then
upset?
that's
The
fine.
independents.
But if Tulsi gets elected
And the
she does
Democrats,
it and she's a
obviously.
sellout to the other side,
We get it.
that's bad.
The issue that I'm largely getting to is like, there is no politician anywhere that legitimately runs. It doesn't exist in this country. There has to be a special interest behind them, and when they do get elected to Congress, they have to cut a deal with like the NRCC or the DCCC. There is no such thing in this country as a duly elected representative, in my opinion.
Tucker Carlson could be.
I do not believe so.
Do you think so? Do
I
you
highly
think if
doubt
a
it.
compromise occurs with any official, is that not legitimate?
Compromise is okay.
Okay.
My point is that, like,
are you anti-lobby groups? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
I am.
Because I'm with you there.
But the problem with lobbying is that people don't understand what it is. It's like,
True.
I've lobbied.
Okay.
I have lobbied inadvertently.
I
West Virginia
personally
politicians
don't care
over
either way.
Maha issues.
What about
It
super PACs?
literally was just like
What
I was
I
on the
don't
phone
like-
with a high-ranking member of the
Excuse me,
government
guys.
in West Virginia,
Um,
and the
is
subject of Maha banning
you have
artificial
like
dyes
someone
came up,
like
and I said, oh man, I hope this
and I
is
get
this.
it, you know,
And they were
this
like,
is the
really?
same kind
And I
of.
said,
Well,
I think we
sort
gotta
of.
get rid of all this
Okay.
stuff. And I was like, I think it would be great because
So,
if you're in
when
PA,
Pritzker
Ohio,
dumped
Kentucky,
$10 million
or
of his
Maryland or
money,
Virginia,
his own
and
money,
you know that you can drive
into a
like 3 miles
candidate
to go to a
instead of
supermarket
just
in
saying,
West
I
Virginia,
endorse
and
this
you'll have
person,
no garbage in your food.
I don't think that's right.
Tons of moms are
I
gonna
feel
do
like
it. I think
that's not
suburban
fair.
moms
Now,
are
some
gonna
people are going to
drive
come
extra
at me
3
and be
miles.
like, well,
And then you
Elon
can
did
break
that
the
with
economy.
President
I'd
Trump.
love for that to happen.
Difference
Next thing I
is
know,
that
there was a
Elon
meeting
is
between the
not
governor
a
and
politician
Virginia.
where JB
Sure.
Pritzker is. He's the
So-
governor of
right,
Illinois,
lobbying is legitimate,
giving
right? And
money
it's
to a
important
candidate
because,
that
for
he
example,
wanted to
corporations
win
can't vote, and so
and
people
giving them
in
an unfair
corporations still
advantage.
have some
I
level
think
of
stuff like that
capacity.
should not be
Super
allowed.
PACs.
But that's just
They
my
have all the
opinion.
capacity,
Super
yeah.
PACs.
But let me
I
give you-
would be
We're
like,
being run by
Okay.
multinational
Okay.
corporations.
I gave you guys an example
with your
of
hands a
like
lot, huh?
guys. I gave you an example of like lobbying that I was doing actually, but I'll give you an example of like actual lobbying, right? Like how it actually works.
AIPAC, getting
So like
to a war.
a guy will go and meet with a member of Congress, and they'll sit down for a steak dinner, and they'll be discussing policy, and it's not all that crazy. And then the lobbyist will say
steak dinner
something
would
like,
hit.
"If you don't back this bill to fund Israel, I'll release videos of you raping children."
Wow.
And then they go, "Oh,
That went
okay,
dark
I'll look
really
at that
fast.
bill," and then they shake hands.
So
That happens.
Is
That's
that
literally
legitimate?
not even a
Is that
conspiracy.
legitimate though, or illegitimate?
That's illegitimate, but
Right.
it happens.
Is that
Yeah.
illegal?
Is that a real question?
No, I'm making sure we're all on the same terms. I'm saying, is that legitimate or illegitimate?
That is
but,
de facto
It's
illegitimate.
illegitimate because it was
course.
Israel. If it
Of
was
course.
another country,
It's
Because
Israel.
of Israel, obviously, yes. But if it was a lobby group that wasn't blackmailing, but was just, trying to be like,
Totally
hey,
fine.
well, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. But so when you said there's no legitimate authority, I guess the question goes, is that because of
the
super
issue isn't
PACs?
lobbying though. The issue isn't lobbying.
I
So,
agree.
for instance, one of the things I'm working on right now is I am going to drop
He's like,
a
"I'm gonna-
political nuclear bomb on this country, and I'm going to let you guys in on what's going on. So, the
go.
Lodge Card Club in Texas was raided by the TABC. The search warrant was released. This is the biggest poker club in the world. Now, maybe not really because there could be underground clubs and things like that, whatever. But in terms of a building just for playing poker and various poker games and live streaming and
Have the most
culture,
square footage.
the most square footage, the most tables. It might not be the most square footage, but the most tables. They get raided for illegal gambling and money laundering. Because in Texas, you cannot run a gambling operation as a house. The way it works in Texas, however, is card clubs emerged because they allow private games where you pay a membership fee, and that's actually within the law. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have beef with every single state, and you will too. If I were to ask each and every one of you if you think gambling is good, I already know what everyone's going to say. Absolutely not. It's bad. You think so? It's bad?
Yeah, I do think
Okay,
it's bad,
no
yeah.
problem. I agree. I completely agree. And it's degeneracy, and poker is gambling.
You say it's not, but I do
No,
think
that's
it
fine.
is,
That's fine
yeah,
if you
yeah.
agree with that. Okay, so the law says you can't gamble, and guess what? Every state says you can't. Gambling is defined as wagering money on a game that involves any amount of chance, where you can win prizes. What did I just describe?
Pokemon Go. Or
Pokemon.
Pokemon card game.
Pokemon, where today the regional championships took place in Houston, where children
I was thinking of
wagered
game shows.
$80
They do that
for a
too.
$71,000 prize pool with a $10,000 cash prize for first place on a card game of chance, which is illegal in the state of Texas, but they
Right.
don't care. And
Where's this Pokemon
pisses me
game
off. Now, in
thing
West
going on?
Virginia,
I want to
I've
go.
been talking to the
I play
government for
Pokemon
some
Go.
time, and I said, look, the last thing we want is like casinos popping up like
Wait,
crazy.
I got a
Yeah,
solution.
for real.
Pokemon Poker. So it's just poker.
I already tried that.
Oh.
So I actually
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
That's perfect.
so
Charizard
here's the
and-
idea. Here's the idea. You create a single deck where there's 4 types
Yeah.
and varying HPs.
You could definitely do that.
Then you deal them out, and it's a battle where you look down at your Pokemon, and if you have a strong Pokemon team, you can go to battle with the other team, and then you have to use energy tokens to power, like energy cards.
You
to
could
power.
literally do that. I mean, that's Pokemon.
The point is this. The point is this. I had a conversation.
Kinda
with the
reminds
AG
me of,
West Virginia a
who's
while
that
back.
game?
Before, it was Morrissey before he got elected.
Um,
and I said we have an issue in the state where you guys
Dang,
have
man, that's
like
gonna be with me
1,000,
for a while, guys.
businesses
Yu-Gi-Oh! It reminds me
where
of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Children are functionally gambling. And I got some laughter. I talked to the Lottery Commission, and they said, well, collectible card games are exempt. So we made a collectible card game called Debate Me, which is functionally poker, and I said, okay, we're exempt now, right? But what pissed me off is when the lodge got shut down, I read that the Pokemon tournaments were coming here that operate under the exact same structure. You pay $80, you play a card game, tournament bracket style, and the winner gets cash prizes. That's children gambling. The law in Texas says you cannot put money in front to use cards.
Some of these kids are super like really good.
For a chance to win cash prizes with any amount of chance involved.
So why is David Buster's legal?
You don't win cash.
But I mean, I guess you could do this poker thing where you win coupons and then trade the coupons.
And they still shut you down. So this is the thing: the Lodge Card Club did not take money from the games. They hosted a membership club, a social club, where you pay hourly as a member of the club. Then you play the games amongst the players.
Yeah.
And they got shut down for that. Meanwhile, children are directly wagering, and the company is directly profiting off of these Pokemon games. So here's what's going to happen.
Pokemon.
We have prepared a lawsuit.
Games.
And
people
I'll
are
take it to the Supreme Court.
He's claiming that the little kids are winning money. That's crazy.
Because it is illegal statutorily under the law or legalize blackjack.
I get the premise.
Because you can't have it both ways. You cannot allow children to make wagers on Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Now you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Magic the Gathering cards. You got children putting up money to win cash. Cash. That is illegal under the law in every single state. So we have prepared a lawsuit. We have a lawsuit draft, and we're starting with West Virginia. My argument is this. I think West Virginia is, and I'll tell you why we're talking about this. The casinos, you've got two big casino players in West Virginia, and one of them is Penn Entertainment, which is the second biggest casino chain in the country. They operate, I think, about 42 locations. And it has been conveyed to me that the lobby there is extremely powerful, not because, back to the lobbying question, not because they will sit down with politicians and buy them dinner, but because they threaten them. They say, we will pull funding from your PACs, and we will guarantee your opponent wins if you oppose us. That is not legitimate, and that's what's happening. And it's happening everywhere.
Hey, I've been screaming, I'm anti-carry committee, I'm anti-super PACs, and I always have been, right? This is one of the reasons I love Ro Khanna, is James Tallarico, is that they've run very doggedly.
Tallarico?
Absolutely.
That guy's a freak.
Hell no. Hell no. She's got issues, bro.
James Tallarico, but I'm a liberal.
How do you feel about that hoax that he pulled off with Colbert?
I don't know. Here's the thing. One of my biggest.
What do you mean he's racist?
I don't know.
He doesn't like black people.
I don't know anything about the Colbert stuff. I don't watch Colbert.
So they staged a hoax against Jasmine Crockett to shut her out of the election.
I would have to see evidence of that.
So here's what happened. Colbert went on his show and said, Trump's FCC, I was told in no uncertain terms by CBS that the FCC was threatening us unless, if we were going to air an interview with Tallarico, because Trump doesn't want you to see this. The only problem is the FCC equal time didn't apply to the Republicans or Trump, it applied to Jasmine Crockett specifically. And so Tallarico went on Twitter and said, this is the interview Trump doesn't want you to see. When in fact, it had nothing to do with Trump. They were trying to make it appear as though the only player was Tallarico and whoever the Republican candidate was going to be. They didn't want to give Jasmine Crockett equal time on TV.
Well, but this is the issue: is late night TV shows almost never give equal time because late nights have been basically exempt from this.
This is not the point. The point
this is the point that happened with this is exactly what the FCC thing is about.
Let me clarify the hoax for you because we're not talking about that. It is a hoax to claim Trump stopped an interview when they both were stopping Jasmine Crockett from getting equal time.
They were not stopping Jasmine Crockett at all.
They were.
The equal.
Yes, they were.
No, the equal, like the FCC policy. That I actually listened to. There's a really good. I think the Daily did a coverage of all this story that goes into detail, and it's very neutral.
So they lied about what was going on.
Yeah, I don't like the lying, obviously.
That was a hoax. Trump did not stop this. It's not real.
Sure.
Yeah, Tallarico is a lying scumbag.
Okay, sure. Maybe in this case, I would have to look into it more. But in the case it's okay. But the issue is my most important thing is corruption.
Like Tallarico's corruption, where he teams
that's not corrupt.
about Jasmine Crockett.
Sure, he plays a little bit of dirty social media games, possibly, but he's never taken a dollar of super PAC money.
He stole that election.
Ever.
He will. That's inevitable.
He never did. He never did. And
How much you want to bet
on
APEC gets him some money?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll take it. He's like taking a pretty big sword. I hope not, right? He could obviously disappoint me in the future. But what I'm saying here to you guys is that when it comes to politics, I have one really big priority right now, which is corruption in the government and trying to get.
And
the
that guy
common
is
man
not corrupt.
a voice
The
back
fact
in
that he
politics.
played dirty
That's
games
right there.
shows
Do
he's
you
corrupt.
give any room to the fact that they're all corrupt?
They're all corrupt to varying degrees, and I always want to try to vet for
You know,
the least
look.
corrupt person who will pass policy that
I'm
reduces
just saying,
corruption.
just based on special interests, based on money and politics, they're all inherently corrupted at a certain
Then
point.
don't participate in
James
politics. I'm not
Tallarico
nihilistic. I'm not
has
nihilistic on
benefited the
politics.
tunes of millions of dollars through Lone Star Rising PAC. Come on.
And I want to ask you about, if you really do like Tallarico, you know, he calls himself a pastor, but he's also pro-choice. Don't you think that that is just...
Wait, PACs are not super PACs. Is that a super PAC?
The Super PAC.
But James Tallarico.
Lone Star Rising PAC spent millions on ads supporting him.
Did he
But Kyla, do you
receive-
think he's a hypocrite for saying that he's a pastor, but also saying it's okay to murder a baby in the womb?
No, not
You don't think that's
necessarily.
hypocritical?
Nope.
Do you think Jesus would be
I think-
pro-choice?
What?
21:22. It seems like Jesus made a very specific law that yes, if you kill a baby in the womb, you can get like just a financial fine instead of capital punishment. So
Okay,
it seems like
the
it's
point
not
is
biblically
this.
clear.
It is a, in my opinion, misleading to say someone doesn't take PAC money, because PACs don't spend money on candidates; they buy ads for the candidate. And James Tallarico has got from Lone Star Rising PAC spent an estimated $4 million in 2026 on ads supporting him.
Is
I mean,
this
that's
is this a
massive
carry
tax-
committee?
You know,
I need
I
to
don't know,
like.
look it up.
Hold on. You know what's fascinating? The party who claims to love democracy, they sure have a funny way of showing
Yeah.
how they do that. Because what they did with Jasmine Crockett is the opposite
Oh
of
my
that.
God.
Yeah, that was
Evil.
dirty.
I don't even like her.
That
That's
was
evil.
dirty.
This is just that like silly thing of like just point and be like, oh, Democrats, they hate democracy.
I'm talking about.
Your
I'm talking
president,
about the
your
moderates
president insists
stabbing the
that
progressive in
his
the back.
election was stolen, so he still denies the genuine transfer of
Okay,
legitimate power
and-
that happened between him and
And I
Biden.
have never agreed that the election was stolen, and I think Biden won largely through
He
ballot
has
harvesting,
right to
and
his
James
opinion,
Tallarico
hello.
stabbed Jasmine Crockett in the back. She's a Democrat.
Can all of those be true at the same time?
Okay, he didn't. So this is the stabbing
did.
Jasmine and Crockett. First of all, she came out in vocal, large support of him. The idea that we have ever applied
She called
to
the election
any.
stolen
you
on
gotta let me
camera.
finish. You gotta let me finish.
Well, you made this point the other day that you said, I believe it was to Rudyard, if you keep making points, I'm gonna have to rant for 20 minutes, or I can address them point by point.
Okay, first
so
of all,
when you make
it
a
is
point, I will counter
4v1.
it.
It is 4v1, so I have to be able to respond
No,
to
Alex
everyone.
is on
Yeah,
your
I'm
side.
on your side.
Okay, base. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. It's 3v1. Although Phil, I think is on my
2v2.
Join
side.
as well, just for fun.
Yeah.
You're on my side too?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, but you guys aren't speaking out much, so you guys got to really come.
Because you won't
Ian's
shut
like,
up.
For
You're
real.
not on my team anymore. I'm voting you off. Right? So what I am saying, in the case of Jasmine Crockett, the FCC policy that got utilized against him, which wasn't actually pushed, the network was worried about it because there are increasing FCC pressures from Carr against late night shows
I gotta stop
specifically,
you.
which is
I have
equal
to
time.
stop you.
You don't have to stop me. I'm
I
finishing.
do,
I'm,
because we're not talking
you're
about
not
we're not
just,
talking about equal
you're
time.
you either know that you're wrong or you're just uninformed about what happened with Jasmine
I'm going
Crockett.
to pause.
hold on.
I'm going to set a foundation real quick.
Go on.
What we are discussing is not equal time rules and how they apply.
Yes, it is, because you
No.
said that he stabbed her in the back by not
So,
allowing her
okay,
on the show,
so
which
let
is
me
not what
pause real
happened.
quick and say the campaign from Colbert and Tallarico was to claim that Donald Trump shut down their interview so that it appeared James Tallarico was the only candidate in play and the only other candidate was a Republican. So when people went to vote, he had a very high-profile moment that got millions of views, and across
Yep.
the board, the media said this stunt put him over the edge. Jasmine
Goes to
Crockett
show how
then went after
low
she lost, she
information
said,
voters
they
are.
cheated, this was stolen.
I believe she also made a massive, I don't know if that's
Probably
true.
after the fact, I'm sure. She
No,
was like, what am I going to do
literally
about
the
it?
same day that he won, she made a large social media post celebrating James Tallarico and
She didn't make
encouraging.
the post. Someone probably wrote it for her.
But
Let's just be
regardless,
honest about
Did
it.
she approve it?
But this is not what
She
we're
has no
arguing.
choice. She has to do that. If
But
she,
this is not
if she
what we're
doesn't make
arguing.
the point,
That's not true.
But this
Kamala
is
Harris
not
went on like
the
this
argument.
huge tour,
This
like
is
mad
not
at everyone
the
who didn't
argument.
support
We are
her.
not arguing this. We are arguing that James Tallarico staged a hoax
No,
to steal an election.
you were arguing specifically here that what he did is stab her in the back by not giving her access to equal time.
Okay,
That's
let me
the part
stop
I'm
you right
fighting
now.
with you
he
on.
stabbed
It's
her
not
in
the
the back
argument.
through a
I've not
hoax.
made that argument.
There
It is
you go.
not the argument. I said he hoaxed the people with Colbert attacking Trump so that Crockett would lose.
What does this have to do with Crockett?
Jasmine
Oh.
Crockett was
How
his
is this-
opponent in the primary.
Jeez.
Why did she, why,
Again,
why does she
huge.
owe her time on Colbert Show?
I did not say that
so
he
then
did.
why
What
is
don't you
Jasmine
understand?
Crockett relevant to this?
In order to win the election, he staged a hoax with Colbert to frame the election as though he was the only one running. He got 12 million views from this hoax.
Yep.
He made millions of dollars.
Yep.
And it put him over the edge.
Gotcha.
This is a PR stunt.
So every time Trump has done massive
We're not
lying,
talking about Trump.
I'm just wanting to make sure
God,
you're
these
consistent.
people.
You're so mad at James
interested, and I won't answer
Tallarico,
it.
No,
and you can't
not
trust him at
interested.
all.
just-
Well, don't moralize
That's where they
at me about
always
how
go.
bad and awful James
Stop changing the
Tallarico
subject.
is. If you
That
won't
was
engage
me.
with me very
Yeah, that's him.
seriously about whether or not you have an issue with him lying about Ruby Friedman to support his argument
Yeah,
that
it's
his
bad.
it's not just bad.
Oh, it's evil.
It's of course it's evil.
Great.
Of
And
course
James
it's evil.
Tallarico is evil too.
Okay, but the issue is that who have you said you would never vote for again? Democrats.
Yes, because let me clarify. What I said was, unless the party is purged and they bring in moderates who have not supported transient kids, how do you vote for someone who 5 years ago wanted to lop off a girl's boobs?
Did Carr and Curry pressure through the FCC to not have Tallarico and other people on? Did they do that?
No.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No,
They
they did
used
not.
the equal time clause specifically
No,
to
they
pressure
did
them.
not.
Yes, they
CBS
did.
issued a statement saying we never made this statement. It never happened.
Their lawyers didn't say that they could not do it, but they said that it could not be
CBS
aired on their
issued a
main thing,
statement
that it had to be on
saying,
YouTube.
"We never
This
told
is,
Colbert this."
This is what happened.
CBS issued a statement saying we never told Colbert he couldn't have Tallarico on. Never happened.
You're right. What they did say to him, though, instead, is that
You'd have to bring on Crockett.
that if he was on, they couldn't air it on the mainstream, that it could only be on YouTube.
Not
That's what they
correct.
told them. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, could you accept the fact that there is some level of corruption with what went down with Stephen Colbert? Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah. To some degree,
So-
they were lying a little bit. Yes.
So Tim,
A little bit?
Your point is, if her
Jesus,
main beef
this
is
woman.
corruption, then she should be equally mad
Why?
at.
Not all corruption is equal, right? Somebody insisting, for example, that the 2020 election results are not true and pressuring his staff to change and try to delay the certification of the vote, that is not the same thing as being like, the FCC told us that he couldn't be here. And it's
Okay.
like, oh, it turns out the FCC didn't say that exactly. They just said, if he's there, you have to give equal time to Jasmine Crockett. Okay? These are both not good. But acting like these are equal is not the same thing.
Well,
and
what
what I would
about-
prefer is lesser of these bad things.
Wow.
What about locking up pro-lifers and kicking veterans out of the military?
More context, but probably if it's illegitimate, I would not be for that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that happened under Democrats. I mean,
Yeah, there's lots of things Democrats did that I'm not happy with.
so that's our point, is it's either uniparty or going back to that.
No, the issue is you have primaries. You have primaries to vote for politicians that have different, like, leaning ins of different things, right? You have.
But if the
you
Democrats
have
are cheating, like the way
movements to go on
Tallarico did,
tangents behind people
how can
who
you get a
want
fair
tax money? If you don't
election
get tax money,
regarding
you
the
have
Democrats?
to
Like, they
get
stabbed each other in the back
Agree on
in that one.
Probably more likely to happen at the local level, but not as much
Definitely.
likely to happen at the national level.
Let
Is
me,
that
uh,
accurate?
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think that it is impossible, and I think that we should orient towards that if we want to see a reduction of corruption, which is something I really value.
Let's read this from Variety. CBS denies forcing Stephen Colbert to not air interview with Democratic candidates, says it provided legal guidance about FCC equal time rule.
Right.
In a statement Tuesday, CBS said the Late Show was not prohibited by CBS from broadcasting the interview with Rep. James Tallarico. The show was provided legal guidance that the broadcast could trigger the FCC equal time rule for two other candidates, including Rep. Jasmine Crockett, and presented options for how the equal time for other candidates could be fulfilled. The Late Show decided to present the interview through its YouTube channel with on-air promotion on the broadcast rather than potentially providing the equal time options.
Yep.
So when Tallarico
that's
said,
what I said, by the
so
way.
when Tallarico said,
No,
it
you
was
didn't.
Trump
You said that they
stopped
were
it,
pushed
that
to
was a lie.
Yeah,
put it on
sounds
YouTube.
Like that was a lie, and I
hoax.
already agreed to that. Well, the issue is it's not nearly. You did a Mott and Bailey. You made it seem like it was this really big hoax, and he was doing all sorts of
it's just
shifty
a hoax.
stuff. He did one thing,
One
which
hoax,
is
indeed.
he lied and said
Yep.
that the FCC said he couldn't, and I wouldn't be surprised, for example, if he wasn't told this that Colbert said this to him. So probably the main person who did the hoax was Colbert, and possibly even because Colbert slightly misunderstood what the lawyers meant when they said you'd have to explore
I'm
other
pretty sure he
options.
knew
read that
what it
as,
meant.
I can't air
I'll
this
take
show.
either. I mean, either James Tallarico's an idiot or he's an asshole. Whichever. I don't
It's
care.
Yeah.
not, it's not
Maybe
idiotic.
both.
Why would it be idiotic?
Because he
if
doesn't
a
understand that
person-
equal time applies to Jasmine Crockett, not the
Equal
Republicans.
time has never applied 2 late night shows. This is a
And
new thing.
that's why he's an idiot.
That's not. That
He's
doesn't
always
make him
an asshole.
Why does that make him an idiot?
He doesn't understand FCC rules and he didn't look into it. Then he's an idiot.
Nobody.
He lied about Jasmine Crockett. Then he's an asshole.
Do politicians have to
Yep.
instantly know all policy that is relevant at all times in any moment?
If you're going to
I
attack another
would
politician who's not
assume
involved in whatever's
so.
going on, I think it's fair. Yes.
And you could
Well,
use
I'm
ChatGPT to
assuming
figure
that
it
he
out.
took
Yeah, you could've
Colbert at his
Googled it.
word. Like, there's a lot of like reasonable
Right, so he's an idiot.
interpretations. I guess on
FCC rules don't apply this
on
way.
FCC laws, yeah. James Talarico knows nothing about. Okay,
Do you really want a politician who doesn't look into things and then attacks other people without investigating?
I would prefer a politician that is more
Should he
rejecting.
apologize?
Sure, yeah, he can apologize. But
If you
what
see him, I hope
prefer
you
is
ask him and film it.
The outcome that I would like, that I'm focused on. This, okay, whatever. Yeah, Jamal Bowman pulled like the stunt with like the thing.
Oh, he
Yeah,
should be
I don't
in jail.
like these things. I don't like these things. The issue that I'm pointing to is there
Right to
are
jail.
different people of level corruption.
Straight to jail.
I do
Straight to
agree.
jail,
There are some
guys.
politicians that lie more, like Trump, and some that lie less. I want to get behind politicians that lie less.
Well, I got to be
I
honest.
prefer that they not lie at all.
Well, I
but
don't think
Well,
George
well, well,
Santos
well,
should
well,
go
Wait,
to
wait,
jail.
Well, I have a
so
question.
you're
I have a
saying he
question.
lies the most?
Ask Rock. Yes.
Well, I
Trump
have a
lies the
question.
most,
I have an honest
unquestionably.
question. Like, who is the preferential candidate in that capacity between Talarico and Crockett?
I have
Has
preferences
Crockett lied
for.
more?
I like Talarico's policies more.
But has Crockett lied more?
Well, I don't know. I don't know Crockett's history.
I got to
on
be
lying.
honest. Like, I don't like Jasmine Crockett.
Does she,
like-
has she lied?
She's
I
an
don't-
attorney, so
I
she
don't think
probably
so.
she had to
I will say
license
this.
for work.
Oh.
In terms of major events like this, the only thing I can really say about Crockett is that I find her abhorrent. I find her behavior bad. I find like
Sure.
her attitude fake. But she lies like a politician. This, yeah, there's varying degrees of corruption, and maybe they're both like the C- of corruption, but he's C and she's C-. I think he's worse. Maybe he has better policies, but he seems to be more dastardly.
James Talarico is worse than Crockett because
He lied to win the election.
lied or was
dumb?
told something or
Well,
was
then,
done.
then
Didn't
Jasmine
know-
Crockett still, he's either way the best.
Not
Yeah, I
necessarily.
would- I would-
Again,
yeah,
what
I
are their
would say-
policies?
yeah,
Like, all I care about
We're
here is their
not- we're not-
policies.
I would actually say he's worse because he's establishment approved. She wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Very establishment.
No,
You-
she's
you-
not.
No, she's not.
Because if
Massive
she was,
PAC money behind
I
her.
mean, he
no, no,
really
No.
if she was
for power,
establishment
No.
approved, she would have spent more money than he did. She didn't.
Mhm.
She didn't raise more money than he
She
did.
didn't raise more money than he did, but she had a lot more super PAC backing.
And why is it that establishment figures like Stephen Colbert, Barack
They didn't
Obama
want her to
spoke
run.
really highly of him, and
But
never
she did
about
it
Jasmine
anyways.
Crockett?
I believe Barack Obama has spoken positively about Jasmine Crockett.
Not in the same way that he did with Tyler Rico.
Yeah, it's possible that
Well, it's-
Barack had a larger preference for Talarico and Colbert
all
did,
I'm
but
saying is,
Paxton's gonna win.
all I'm saying is, the establishment will get what they want. They wanted him. They used her as a distraction. She went onto the news. She made outrageous statements. I'm with you. I think she is probably smart in her house, but when she goes in front of the camera, she thought it was smart to act a certain way. I don't think
Yeah.
that works in politics.
Like,
And I
she's
think
not even
that
from the
establishment
hood, and she
wanted
was like
him, not
acting
her.
hood, which is kind of insulting to the people that are from the
I don't know if
hood.
it's obvious to me. She had a lot of super
Of
PAC
course
money.
it's
She had a
obvious.
lot of super PAC money. She was
it's simple.
accepted in the squad. She was very popular as well on social media. She did a lot of interviews as
Indeed.
well. I suspect.
Talarico has a better chance.
Still never lets people get, like a voice in.
Here's a great data point.
Sure.
The only people that she was going to bring out are black people. He was bringing out Hispanic people, white people, and women.
Christians.
So automatically, James Talarico is a more favorable candidate than she is in the eyes of the establishment. Who's going to win for us?
But more importantly, the reason they chose Talarico is that he's a Democrat who wears a Christian suit.
Right.
Yep.
So they're hoping that the less informed, like the default Christians, who are not non-practicing Christians,
Just, like,
will find
stupid.
him an acceptable person to vote for because he says, I'm a Christian, vote for me. They're going to earn a lot more votes that way.
And he is politically savvy because
Maybe.
he was able to get on a bunch
Yeah,
of
and doesn't he have
conservative
policy
committees
that
in
makes
the
him
state.
establishment?
That doesn't mean that he's got good
No,
policy.
there's a lot of policies he's aligned with the establishment. I just want to make this one
Sure,
point.
some, but there's anti-establishment
Some
policies
people
too.
say he also appealed to people better because he looks Hispanic or Mexican, but he's not.
I heard he kicks dogs. Like, just walked the dog.
I mean,
just kicks
Christy
him.
Noem kills him.
Yeah, I heard he walked to some Indian guy's dog and kicked him, and the Indian guy was like, "You kicked my dog."
I don't think
And
Indians have
he was all
dogs.
angry. You don't. I'm making a
probably
joke.
an
You know
AI
that
video.
reference?
What is that?
It's a famous like Jerky Boys or something.
I love the Jerky Boys.
Yeah,
but
it was
yeah.
like, you kicked my dog. It's like, sir, I
Damn.
didn't kick your dog. What are you talking? You come.
I haven't heard
you kicked
about
my
that
dog.
in
It's
a
like,
long
I
time,
get
the
it.
Jerky
That's why
Boys.
I always make kicking the dog as the joke about when a politician does something wrong. I'll be like, they accuse Trump of kicking a dog or whatever.
That was
Or
it.
Nancy
Probably.
Pelosi of kicking a dog.
The world is a much better place when we listen
Wait,
to
wait,
Jerky
wait, hold
Boys
on.
CDs.
Who was the Democrat who actually kicked the dog? Do you remember this?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, who was
Hey, I
that?
forgot
Who
his
was
name.
that?
It was
Let me ask
Who was
Grok.
that? I remember
Which,
that.
oh no, that's the AG in Virginia who wants to kill people's kids.
Jay
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
Did you see that?
Kicked him.
No, he tried to kick the dog.
He missed.
And he
tried to
missed.
move
Yeah.
it.
Well, I know Tim's gonna probably come off the air right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transition us into a different video, guys. So let me go ahead and put this other video that I want to watch on for you guys. Hold on. Now this video is what Nick Shirley uncovered. So we definitely want to watch this video. So this is, I exposed California's billion-dollar fraud crisis. So definitely want to watch this. So let's go.
This is the sound of hospice money.
Oh crap.
Can you just answer the question, what's the need for 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside of LA? Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey?
You don't know what's going on.
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California. That there is
Of
$6,000
course.
per beneficiary. Can you give us any explanation? Where can we open a hospice at? Get the Maybach just like you.
California may have the largest amount of fraud in the country, as California is
Damn.
the state with the highest taxes and collects more money than any other state in America. It is filled with fraud. California's version of Medicaid,
I mean,
called
we all
Medi-Cal,
knew
has
that.
more than doubled since 2022 from $108 billion
I think a lot of these blue
to
states have
proposed
a lot of fraud.
$222 billion
So I'm not
in
surprised.
2026. Their population, however, has not grown exponentially. However, their spending has. There has been 1,000% increase in hospice care in the Los Angeles County. In fact, 1 out of every $10 of home health care in America is spent in Los Angeles. On top of that, their government-funded daycare programs are filled with violations. While they continue to give money to these fraudsters, it is estimated that the fraud in California could be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. In this video, we'll be going face to face with these fraudsters, confronting them as they defraud the American taxpayer out of millions and billions of dollars as they live their lives in luxury, driving around luxurious cars that cost more than $100,000 that you actually paid for.
That's
Let's start
crazy.
first by going to these daycares filled with violations that still continue to receive money from the government.
So this is the location of the daycare. It's in the middle of this shopping plaza. A lot of the buildings are closed down.
Daycares
or
too,
boarded
again.
up, have been graffitied. And then you also have just a big dumpster right here with all this garbage. And then the daycare is right there. We're gonna go in right now.
We actually have a homeless person there too.
Oh,
See that?
there's actually somebody sleeping here right now. Hello? You all right? Yeah. And so there is a homeless man who's sleeping right next to the daycare. He's sleeping right here, and the daycare is right there. This
That's
does not
crazy.
look like a place where you'd want to bring your child, and it does not look suitable in
I
such
mean,
a code to
If you live like in the
be a
hood,
place where children
that's something
are
you would
enrolled.
see all the
so
time.
they do have some children here. How many do they usually say they have, or what's the story with the
The
children?
last few visits from the state have said that they have 39 enrolled.
Holy crap,
And
39.
right now we're seeing about 5 children.
Yes.
They are enrolling right now. It says Medina Learning Center is now enrolling, so let's
Do they
see
have
little
it spelled
Joey from here a little
correctly?
bit here
It's not the Learning
at
Center?
Medina. Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey? Yes, we'd like to enroll little Joey into daycare.
They have as their backup facility the UMI Learning Center, and the UMI Learning Center was convicted in federal court in 2024 of having 150 ghost kids. So I want to find out what the affiliation is and why this facility is listed as the backup.
Yeah, can I get
That's
the
good.
paperwork to enroll a child?
Yes, I can.
Great.
What do you think about daycares being used for fraudulent businesses to receive money from the government
Why is
to
it wearing a
say they're
mask?
enrolling 39 children, 89 children, and for millions of dollars be going towards these facilities? What do you think about that as you do work in a daycare?
No, it does happen. I've seen it like elsewhere. I've seen it like being listening to the news. So it does happen. Time to time.
Thank you.
The card that they gave us, this is the licensee, the person who owns it.
And that's so far been the only thing they've been able to give us as to how to enroll a child. And then in the back corner of this parking lot appears to be the playground. Here's a bunch of garbage, and then right here appears to be the playground. Some strange things are happening outside this daycare. Whether or not it's fraudulent, there is a lot of suspicious activity taking place. This right here is Hayden Sarah Family Childcare. This is a daycare right here. Apparently they have 14 children enrolled. Tell us a little bit more about this daycare right here. We're in the middle of the hills here in San Diego.
So according to state records, when inspectors arrived here, there were 14 kids enrolled but 0 present. And then this place was also cited for having missing children's records and also not having a facility roster.
It's kind of weird that there's this daycare in the middle of a neighborhood. Hello?
I was naked, okay?
No, you weren't.
I can
What?
sue you. I was
Why?
I wasn't dressed up. I'm Muslim.
Either way, can we enroll a child into the
I'm
daycare?
suing.
You don't know what's going on.
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California.
Right.
It says there's 14 children enrolled here.
You don't care.
I do care. Then where are the children?
You don't care.
Where are the children at?
It's not enough, Minnesota. You come here.
Where are the children at? Where are the children at, ma'am? All right, so what she's doing is she's making a video right now. She's gonna send it out all to all the other daycares. But at the end of the day, enrolled for 14 children, no children here, and this is from the state of California. We're not targeting Somalian population. We're just going after daycares, and it just so happens to be that all the daycares, they are Somalian so far. Where are the children at, ma'am? 14 children.
What are you
Would
saying,
you like to make
lady?
a statement as to where the children are?
You don't care where is my children are.
Ma'am, we would not be here if we weren't asking you.
You don't care. You don't care.
What do you mean we don't care? This is
You
why we're
don't
here.
care. And don't record me. You don't care.
This is why we're here to ask about these
Don't ask
daycares.
me who you are. Who you are.
My name's Nick Shirley. You already know that.
Shirley, I know, but you a trouble man.
How are we making trouble? You're causing trouble.
Let me call 911.
We just want to know
Go
where the
for it.
children are.
No,
They're
I'm
just
calling
asking
911.
questions.
For what?
You.
For what?
You come my house.
We haven't done
I
anything.
don't know.
The problem with these daycares is that they receive money through a program called CalWorks, but as you see, there are no children actually there. These fraudsters are simply enrolling children on paper to receive government subsidies. Even after the state visits these daycares and confirms there are no children actually there, the government and the state continue to give these daycares money. Now let's go to another daycare.
Once again,
That's
we have
crazy.
another daycare, but this daycare is right here inside of this home. And let's see if there's any children here. They do say they have 7 enrolled. The state has said that there is 0 when they arrive. Is this Habubu Family Childcare? Yeah, we were wondering if we could enroll a child into the daycare
It
here.
reminds me of Aladdin.
Now you need to get up from here.
Mr. Abubu.
You see the sign we have trespassing?
And can I speak with somebody on the sidewalk? We just like to speak with somebody. Yes, sir.
Hide the sign, please.
Yes, we're right here. Can we talk to you really quick, sir?
Talk to you. Fuck you. What are you
Can I come talk to you, please? All right, so right now, the current
I don't want my kid going to
is
that
we have
daycare.
people
They got
yelling
potty
Through
mouths.
the Ring doorbell cam, a man came out, started yelling, and then we also have this car recording us as well. But we just want to ask for some clarification for the American people.
4 different visits. The state inspectors have shown up. There's kids enrolled anywhere from 7 kids and up. And every single time the state has showed up, 0.
0 children.
That's the state of California.
We're just asking for some clarification, but they won't even answer any of our questions.
So essentially, a house just like this is receiving money from government subsidies without actually running a daycare. Meanwhile, they get money from the government as they run their fake daycares. And now let's go to another one that's even more concerning, as kids are left all alone.
Now
Oh,
at the
Jesus.
Jama Shukri Family Childcare. This place is not in a shopping plaza. It's not anywhere near any place that looks like a place where a daycare would be. In fact, it's actually in one of these apartments right here. So they're able to have daycares inside apartment
That's
buildings.
crazy.
Yes, so I've come across many of these. Some of these are on the third story of an apartment complex. It's only 1 bedroom, and yet the capacity is for 8 kids.
We just arrived at the daycare. We have 2 kids out here. I don't know if they're members of the daycare. There's no oversight right here. Can we talk to your teacher? Is your teacher there? So this is the first child we've ever encountered at one of these daycares. There's 2 kids out here right now, and we're gonna see if we can talk to the
Licensee.
It is, according to this paperwork, Shukri Jama.
Can we talk to the adult?
He is not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
So you guys all by yourself?
Yeah. Knock on the door.
No one's here.
No one is here. No one is not here.
Okay,
Oh my
so you guys are
God.
all by yourself.
That's so dangerous.
I can see by myself.
Yeah, okay, that's concerning. No one's watching those children, and they're all by themselves.
My
They
heart
should
is
call the
breaking right
cops.
now. I can't. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and what makes you so emotional as a mother, seeing that those kids are just out by themselves?
Seeing the kids all by themselves. It's supposed to be a licensed daycare, and there's no adult anywhere. What is going on?
And the crazy thing is, California allocates $6 billion to childcare and daycare facilities just like these, and there are over 39,000 facilities in the state. The California Department of Social Services even found an error rate of over 1.6% in their own audits. And to be very conservative, it is safe to say there's upwards of $100 million in fraud lost each and every single year.
That's
and
crazy.
now let's head over to where there
And then
is so
they
much
wanna
fraud,
complain and
you'll
cry
lose
for
your
more
mind.
money
Let's head over to Van
when
Nuys, where
they're
there's
not controlling the fraud
healthcare
in their
and
friggin'
hospice
state.
fraud literally everywhere.
With the fraud here, California ranks the highest for Medicare, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, whatever you want to call it. They spend the most amount of money per state, and here in LA, 1 out of every $10 that goes towards home health care in the United States goes to a business here in LA. Right now we're in Van Nuys. This location has tons of hospice centers, home healthcare centers, and right now we are going to Gardens of Angels Hospice. They billed $4.8 million per beneficiary. They charged $5,807 with 28.6 claims per patient and only 2 codes, which means 2 services were provided. And inside of this same location, there's also Blossom Hospice, and they received $3.4 million with $6,000 per beneficiary at $927 per claim and only 1 code, which means they only provided 1 service. And it looks like there's about 15 more hospice centers inside this one plaza we're going to right now. We have all the information with us. In some of these places, it doesn't even look like they've been registered with the CMS, which is the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. 7 of the 4 entities have 0 SMS data, possibly shell registrations, shell companies. And it's rumored that these are Armenian Russian gangs, Armenian Russian mafia. So we're gonna go in there and we're just gonna ask them, what's the need for all this hospice? Is there that many people dying here in LA where they need to be spending millions and millions
Possibly,
of dollars
because how
on
many
hospice care?
illegals did we
now
have
we're
come
looking
into our
for
country?
Garden of Angels Hospice. All these buildings are all hospice centers. Let's see if we can find Garden of Angels. This is the Angels of Haven Hospice Care. We have Angels of Valley Hospice. Hello, how are you? Good. We were looking for Guardian of Angels Hospice, but this one will probably do Angels of Valley Hospice. We were wondering if we could get some information to check our grandma into hospice.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Which hospice is she enrolled in?
We would love to maybe see if it's possible to get her in here to Angels of Valley.
We have to get a hospital referral.
Yeah.
Hospital referral. Oh, okay, how many people do you guys have with you guys?
It's irrelevant.
Irrelevant? Oh, okay.
Where are you guys from?
Where am I from? I'm from here. We're just looking for a spot for our grandma.
Yeah, no, we're doing
We only do referrals from hospital.
Okay.
We don't just walk in and take patients.
Yeah, because we're seeing like, we got Garden of Angels, Blossom Hospice here.
I don't know if they are, but this is Angels of Valley.
Okay, well, we'll keep looking for Guardian of Angels then.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know.
So they say they only take it from hospitals, which could be a valid response. Let's go see if we can find Guardian of Angels. This place is just filled with hospice centers and home health care centers. You have one right here, 7-star home health care, and then up here you have Miracle Healing Hospice. So this hospice location, Miracle Healing Hospice, in 2023, they charged $1.3 million, and per beneficiary, it was $32,000 for 38 beneficiaries. Per beneficiary, that comes out to $32,935. Let's see if Grandma could check herself into this one. I'm just trying to be a good grandson. When we're knocking the door, no one's coming. We look inside the window. Empty building. In 2023, this place received $1.3 million.
Not a single piece of furniture.
Nothing.
Insane. This is insane.
Okay, well, since we can't go to Miracle, let's see if we can get SX Home Health. It says they're open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
It's getting really hard to find grandma the healthcare she needs these days.
It really is, isn't it? We got SX Home Healthcare. They're not open, so it's all right because you can go to Alpha Omega Ventana Hospice Inc.
Not only are these shell companies, these are shell buildings. It's like somebody took a motel building and turned it into 100 fraudulent organizations.
We got a nice Mercedes down there, 3 nice Mercedes down there, 3 Teslas.
Might even double as like a illegitimate car lot. Like, are they selling a car right now?
Grandma's not going to Alpha and Omega, so maybe she can go to Serene Touch Home Healthcare.
Oh.
Says they're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's 1 p.m. right now. Let's see if they're here. Perfect. This one's open. Hello.
And once again, it was completely empty and nobody was there. We went to the next door because it was another hospice.
Here we have another location. We got St. Michelle HHCI Home Healthcare Inc. Hello. No one's here. Hello, sir.
How can I help you?
Yes. Well, we were originally looking for some hospice for our grandma, and then it turns out that all these locations are hospice and home health care locations, and a lot of these...
Looking for hospice for who?
Grandma.
For Dr. Oz?
Yeah, for Dr. Oz.
Yeah?
Yeah, for our grandma.
Yeah?
It'd be,
for grandma?
It'd be pretty
Take
good.
Dr. Oz to take his grandma and go to the other buildings and find the hospice. You know, this is stupid. You can record me.
Why can't I record you?
You cannot.
Oh, okay. Well, we were looking for Guardian of Angels.
Well, did you see any Garden of Angels on the doors?
Nope, but they received and billed $4.8 million.
Well, it's their problem.
But we do have yours, actually.
Mine?
Yeah, yours is a KMD, right?
Yes.
So we do have yours, and there are a lot of these.
How many millions did I need?
We don't have your official number because it wasn't posted on the CMS website or on their data set.
And you're from where?
My name's Nick Shirley. They actually made like all this information, the data public for everyone to see what was going on in our country because so much corruption's happening.
Yes.
But it doesn't look like we could find any of your information from the CMS data set, but we do have you here. So is that concerning that your information wasn't reported to the CMS?
What information?
To the CMS data set as far as the billing and how much money you guys receive from Medicare and
First, you have to research.
Oh, that's what we have right here.
No. It's a piece of paper.
Oh well, we went through all the data sets.
If you want to learn, I'll teach you how to get after the crooked people.
Okay, help us. We'd love for you to help us.
First, you have to research. Like you said the name, and you have a number, right?
Yes.
Then you come to my office. It's a brand new office, and you don't come to building like this, like from FBI guys. Oh, we're gonna get the crooks.
Okay, well, can you tell us, for instance, Miracle over there?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the Miracle.
Well, you should because they're. You should because they're making people like you who have a real business apparently getting a bad rap. You realize that, right? For instance, they received $1.3 million. They're a shell company. There's nothing in there. It's completely empty, and they received $1.3 million. You should care.
What do you mean?
If you're in this industry, I'd be pissed if someone was stealing money, making me look bad if they were.
Exactly.
You look me bad because I'm not bad. You have anything against my agency? Let's go.
Well, we were asking.
Put my hands and.
We were just asking you questions, sir. Like, how come Miracle Healing Hospice right there? They received $32,000 per beneficiary, yet their building's completely empty.
Call the FBI.
Hey, have you? I saw that Arturo's stream had ended.
Because we're all paying a lot of money in taxes, and it turns out a lot of it's just going towards fraud.
Well, I'm very happy you're going to cash the fraud people.
What's cool, like, I'll probably finish up Nick Shirley's vid, like, later.
Because some people are doing bad stuff.
But what's cool is that we got at least some people on the ground. So, you know, we can kind of.
Asking me?
Yeah, because you're in the industry, so you might as well ask you.
Watch that. So we're just gonna see some protests that's going on right now. So we have Pretend Media and Have Another Taco. I was wondering where these people are going to go. Yeah, but you know what? I understand his like thought process because he was saying like he was legit, and I get what Nick Shirley was saying was that, hey, if you are legit, these people are making you guys look bad, and that's not a good thing, So, they should look into him regardless because Nick Shirley said his name was there, but they didn't get any data about it. But if he's legit and maybe the stuff wasn't up to date or something, I kind of want to give that guy a benefit of doubt because he was even saying, come to my office, we'll have a talk, blah, blah, blah. Where most of these other people that are doing things illegally are like right away, like, get out of my property, I'm going to call the cops on you. And they give so much pushback where this guy was kind of willing to talk. So I don't know. I kind of give it a 50-50. A business inside another business. Yeah, well, honestly, I have like an ex who actually worked for like his family owned a company, like a business, and they would run other business out of the same storefront. So they would have several businesses, and once each business started making more and more money, then they would kind of branch out to bigger buildings. So I can see why, sometimes you might have smaller businesses within businesses, but it probably doesn't look good because it looks kind of like you're trying to like be like a schemer. So I understand that, but I kind of want to give that one guy the benefit of the doubt for the simple fact that he at least was willing to talk to them where everybody else was kind of pushing back. Oops.
In front. Dumb fucker stand is where they're at. The next car.
I hear there's chuds down here tonight.
Is there already? I don't know.
Lord.
I did bring. You wanted to try this out later.
Supposedly there's people that are coming out, but we'll see.
I don't have it on me because I figured there'd be music
I'm gonna
down
check
here
to see if
tonight.
anybody else is going live.
Man, is Operation Inflation going to set anything up later? Yes. Well, maybe we'll set that one up later. But yeah, someone bought me a super nice little Bluetooth speaker, and I'm like, I brought it last night, and then there was music last night. I'm like, well, I'm not going to grab it tonight. It's Friday. There'll be music. What?
He was here last night, so he wasn't here today.
Yeah, it did. It definitely looked like
they just had,
an
like,
apartment
the Operation
building.
speakers out last night.
I know, like, my grandfather, he used to own an apartment building, and he did have some storefront on his apartment building. He had a bar that he owned on the side, and then in the front, he actually had like a hamburger stand where kids would come in and get hamburgers, fries, stuff like that, and they would play video games. So it's possible, but I can see how it looks really sketchy. So I definitely agree with that part. Like, it kind of looks sketchy.
Steven, Wisconsin, it looks like you were the first person in chat today. You beat Dawn Seeker. Hello, Steven. Hey, Dawn Seeker.
I hardly work down here.
Hey,
So supposedly these guys are saying that they're gonna have that they heard that the Patriots are gonna be there. So we'll see. Last time they said that they never showed up.
This is what happens.
Hey, Dirty Hippie. Hey, Brandy C.
Is Nathan's already here and he gets all of his normal viewers, so I can't steal it.
Yeah, you gotta get down here first.
Let me check X because sometimes X will have some lives.
It's just not first enough.
Oh yeah, I agree. I used to work in a hospice, and we actually had a legit facility because we definitely would get, which what the other chick was saying, that they only work with hospitals, because the facility I worked for, they would get like all these different hospitals that would recommend people for hospice. And as long as they had that paperwork showing that they were, I guess hospice level, then they would take them. They wouldn't just take people off the street.
Hi, honey bucket.
And the place I worked for was really good, and it looked like an actual, like if you walked in there, it literally looked like, I want to say like maybe one of those, what are they called? They're kind of like emergency rooms, but not really. They're for like minor emergencies. So you would walk in there, the double doors, and then you had the receptionist, and then in the back would be like where all the nurses would go, and all the beds were for the patients, and then you had like a room that had like rehab and stuff like that. So, but it looked like a legit place. That at least that I worked when the one I worked at was completely legit. It actually was associated to, I want to say, I think it was St. James Hospital or something like that. But they were like associated with it. But it was a good place. But I could see how that kind of looked based off of where I worked, where it looked like a legitimate office space slash hospital kind of when you walk in their rooms, like or like nursing home kind of deal. So I could see how them having it in an apartment building looks really sketchy. It doesn't make them look good. Now, if the guy is legit, you know, like I wish him more success so that he would get an actual good facility. But if he's not, then yeah, he kind of needs to go straight to jail.
Let's
go, MAGA.
You don't have to be afraid of my left because I got a paralyzed left arm. We'll see you both in bed.
The Spider Mike truck.
I think for me, I'm just that type of person that always wants to give people the benefit of the doubt,
Check over
which is
there.
not always a good thing. You know, that's how I get myself into shenanigans. Just checking X to see if anybody's live.
Today. How is everyone doing tonight? It's kind of a who's who party atmosphere here today. I don't know what's going on. Let's arrest Ted. What do we got?
I don't see anybody, at least not yet, on X going live. If you guys see anybody that's going live, let me know, and I'll definitely look them up.
Hey, Misty. Ireland, eh?
I just know, like, for pretend media, man, I was watching it when this dude got, like, his phone slapped.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, his phone got him slapped.
Four froggies down here a minute ago.
I always find that funny when they eat their own, and then, like, that other situation with Jake Lang, when they went after one of the guys and they shoved him to the ground, and somebody else came running, and they're like, he's with us, and he's like, well, why didn't you say that, you know? And it's like, how do we trust that he's with us, you know? And it's just funny to me how they'll eat their own. I love that scene. I was like playing it over and over because pretend with pretend media. Thought it was hilarious. And they were like, what? And then when you found out that, oh, you're part of us, he's like you can hear the guy saying like, my bad. But it shows like how bad their TDS is, you know, like they're such a hateful group because you would never see like anybody on the right doing that to somebody. Like if they saw, for example, pretend media there and they didn't know who he was, they would just, you know, go to him and be like, so are you like, where do you lean, you know? Like they would kind of want to find out first and see where they kind of fall.
Right now.
And then if you start talking smack, then they'll talk smack back. I mean, that's just usually how it goes. Do we have some spicy people on the right? Absolutely. We have people that probably want to, you know, maybe get content and talk their trash.
Bree is on the Pretend Media TikTok live streaming. Oh, it's not up yet. So there is actual Pretend Media live stream on TikTok on rare occasion.
They are having a staring contest. Yep, Saturday No Kings. Going on everywhere in the country. Well, at least a lot of places.
Not this Saturday, next Saturday.
Right, not tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely want to see that.
3.
And there goes their stream.
You can bury these mics under like all sorts of clothing and stuff.
And it'll work still?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's do it. Oh.
Clamp it on your nipple.
That's about all I got under here.
Let's see. Dokie.
Okay. How's the sound?
Okay. Yeah, how's that?
Can you guys hear us?
Don't. Okay, girl.
Usually on the weekends they get spicy, but we'll see. We'll see.
Down to 6 cornballs.
How many people do you have?
How many people do you have? I had 45, now I've got 18. To your 340, 240.
40.
Oh, Proline Sewer and Ice Plumbing Services.
Hey, you need to pay us for the sponsorship, Proline.
Wait for all that business, Proline. People need to clean their shit out of their ears.
Right? If I had a business, I'd just drive my truck in front of...
Oh, that's a great idea.
Everyone laugh.
Oh.
Jack over there with some people. It looks like maybe he's showing those people around or something. They all seem to be following him since I've been here.
Yeah, we have to move.
Frogs on the corner.
Away from the ice building, there's just a bike.
Yeah, just oh, okay. It looks like we have, I'm guessing, a MAGA restreamer over there that just showed up. I do not recognize him.
Chud streamer?
Yeah. Does anyone recognize him?
Why is my phone crooked on this? Does it just lean to the right? Oh, I don't want my tripod to lean right.
I'm checking the lives right now, guys.
Oh, you can rotate that.
How?
Just grab it and rotate it.
Oh, that's fancy.
Like.
Oh, hey, thanks Nathan for that help. Here we go. We're straight now.
I was demonstrating how to do it, not doing it.
Like, where's Shazay?
Or still 2-0 mega. Yep, sure. In Portland, it's raining frogs in Portland.
That was interesting, Toolman. We did have a few MAGA in here that were...
Good Lord.
Not immediately idiotic. Trying to say it in a way that's...
Still trying to be respectful.
Okay, people.
Frogs in Portland are raining tonight. Fire hose. No fire hose.
Yeah, look at how much looser this tripod is than the
I
new
know,
one.
it's a little wonky.
I finally figured out. It's because this one's extending from the bottom and that one's extending from the top.
My MT89 is better than yours.
My MT89 is better than your MT89, huh?
Get a job. Oh, BI. Oh, wait, B1, get a job. B1, get a job. Anybody?
We are going to make up bingo cards at some point.
I see you, Spider says. Ooh, where's he hiding?
Where is Spider?
Huh.
Oh,
Please, people.
Spider might put his cookies on free stream. I see you.
Oh, that's funny.
Everyone kind of cleared out from everywhere.
Why aren't you liking my live, Spider?
Yeah, it definitely seems does. Yeah, I get into all kinds of shenanigans. It's probably not a good
It's
thing.
almost like a chud.
It'd be hilarious, but never. Yeah. I saw the little
I'm not gonna talk
froggies.
anymore.
They said supposedly Patriots are out, so I'm checking everywhere to see if I can find them. Yeah, but
You know
wait,
what's
it
coming up
will
soon
get
is April
spicy
Fool's Day.
once summer hits. Right now it's starting to warm
We could
up,
go
so
far with this.
we're gonna kind of see it come out probably like full force once summer fully hits. At least in the cold areas.
Oh, we got Prague coming back.
I love the graffiti. The graffiti is great.
It is. I'm telling you, it's not always a good thing when I get to Shy 90s.
Ray will come
Unless,
back around, I'm sure.
unless you think it's
He's
hilarious,
up on
because
the
I
mic.
think everything is funny, so I don't take a lot of things serious. Which I probably should, but I don't. So let's go, because this chick is kind of crazy. We're going to go to Pretend Media. I'm sorry, not Pretend Media. To Not Tina Kotex. That's funny. They're live. So that's probably the Patriot that they were talking about, who is out in Portland right now.
Oh, that was nice. How you doing?
That's probably the person they didn't recognize.
Nice evening.
Yes, yes. If he's coming out, that means more other people will start coming out as well. I'm telling you, man. I be getting into some shenanigans. Although, I never regret my shenanigans. Even if it's embarrassing. I never regret it. Because then I at least get to say
Here
I
like
did it.
2 minutes and that
And I
guy
got to live.
did the megaphone thing with me.
A frog with a cane. That's
Yeah, where's
because that's
everyone
probably
else?
Big
I don't
Daddy
know.
Pip Frog.
No, we'll find
He's
out.
pimping out the other frogs.
So that's where.
Hey, Freya.
I do. I own all my stuff. Even if it's embarrassing, I still own it. Angry. Personalized.
Hey, Chris Saturday. Yeah, he does. He does. He does move from that stuff.
Yeah, I lived a fun-filled
actually
life
got
because, like
a
I
really
said,
good
I'm
shot
originally
on that side
from
of that guy's
Chicago,
car.
back of the yards, hood.
Oh, that guy's car got stolen.
So I live life in the fast lane. Everything I set my mind out, I go and try. So when I was
So Portland police just drove
I was on
by
my own since
and
I was like
they're
13.
kind of slowed down a
Because
little bit.
apparently
Richard's in the middle
my
of the
parents said,
intersection.
"Hey, you're an adult now.
That's
You can handle it on your own." So yeah, and I got to live a very
Hey, thanks for
very
broadcasting that, Lester.
crazy life.
But I think they figured that
You know,
out.
I
Yeah,
got to experience
somebody
a
would
lot
be
of things that
nice.
you experience in such a short of time.
But,
Like I was a young mom. Like I became a mom at 15, and then I had like a set of twins, and one of my twins passed from
really?
SIDS, and so I had to deal with that. And I was only like I think 17 at the time.
What's that,
So
Grant's
yeah,
just
being a
about
young
me or
mom,
about
doing
somebody
my
else's?
thing, going to school, trying to pick myself up
Yeah, Chris
and
is on
from
as well. There's
life
going to be a
of
little
everything that I was going through. Luckily, no drugs, no alcohol was involved in my life. Yeah, back of the yards. If y'all know what back of the yards is, y'all know hood. No, it's okay. It's been a while, and I tell people that even though it's kind of painful, I tell people like at least I would have got to see what my other twin would have been like because my son was identical. Um, but yeah, that was like a long, long time ago. So it definitely worked through my issues. um, but yeah, I went to school, you know, did the nursing thing because I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to become an obstetrician. And then I realized I don't want to be a doctor after working in like hospitals and as a nurse in hospice and nursing homes. Like, yeah, I was like, nah, not the place for me. Oh, you too. Congrats. Yeah, twins. Woo. All I know is like that. That's some issue right there. When you have twins, so you get double the trouble. Um, but yeah, and then from there I went to school. I was working, of course, and then I went to school and got like my bachelor's, my associates, my master's, and now I'm going for a doctorate. Like I'm trying to do a double
That's
doctorate,
Mike's truck on
so
the corner there.
but I went into the field of computers because my best friend was telling me like he was surprised I never went to school for computers because I was so good at it, and I was like, I never thought about it.
Well, I
But
shouldn't
I've
laugh.
tried
It's not
everything.
funny.
I went to school for like learning how to fix cars, because I wanted to
I don't
be,
know.
you know, that cool mom that relates to her son by fixing the car together. I went to do bartending. Like I did it all. And you know, like I said, I'm the type of person like you don't fail. Like I don't feel like failure is a bad thing because that's when you learn what works for you. And as long as you keep trying and keep, you know, keep your mind focused on your goal, you'll get there. Even if it takes you 20 years, you'll eventually get there.
Yeah, that was not cool.
Dang,
It
I'm
happened really
sorry.
fast. He got assaulted. I think it was more his phone that
Yeah,
got assaulted.
that trust
We
me,
could ask him.
I understand.
I don't know if he'll
Like
talk to
my
me.
ex did the same
Hey,
thing to
Nathan.
me. He pulled up because he
You all
wanted to be
right?
a womanizer and
Did he hit you or
left
did
me
he
with
hit your
the
phone?
kids, and you know, I just did my thing, you know, raised them as best as I could and just, you know, showed them
Not good.
how to become resilient and never give
Well,
up
I'll give you
on your
props for
dreams.
staying.
Even
A
if it
lot of
takes
people would have just
you,
gone
like
home
it
at
took
that
me
point.
forever to get to this point. And, but it showed them like how strong I am as a person and everything I've gone through,
Yeah, well, as we saw later.
and how I fought tooth and nail for them and, you know, to get where I'm at. So at least it gives them that. So the girl
Well,
from the
that's what I
hood
mean.
grew out of the
They
hood
would leave their
and was
car
able
running.
to become successful. And that's a great story that they needed to hear and see for themselves. So then they know that they can do anything they want as long as they put their mind to it.
Yeah, Monica, you would be too. So would I. My chat says you were
Aw.
scared. Like I'd be scared. Hell
Hey
yeah.
man, it's hard, you
Yeah.
know. Life comes at you fast. See, now everybody knows a
Yeah,
little
well,
more about me.
that's called calming the situation down. You know, somebody like that who's
Like I'm just
unhinged,
not just a normal pretty
you do
face.
what you can.
This face got years on it.
Yeah, no, I just tried to diffuse the situation, you know, and walk out of there. And people came around me and vouched for me really quick, but for that like 5
Yeah, well, you got
seconds,
friends down here.
Oh yeah. So it
You're
sounds like
lucky.
he's talking about the situation where the phone got smacked. Yeah,
Yeah, he was. I wonder if he ever got his car back.
you gotta like work at it when you have kids, man. But yeah, I'm going to school to be just for funsies, you know. I feel like I always got to be busy, and like my dude be telling me you're putting too much on your plate, but it's like if I'm just sitting around, I feel like I'm not being productive. So I try to be productive. So between like the livestock and school and work and this, you know, but I have fun doing it all. Like I know a lot of people are like, "Are you crazy?" You know, like school. That's not fun. But hey, man, for me it is. My sister used to always tell me, "You should become a professional student because you love to learn." And she ain't wrong. I do. Let's see if let's see if any more Patriots are coming out because right now we have not Tina Kotex, which I believe he should be a Patriot. But we'll see if anybody else comes out, if Tommy or who's the other guy? Ground Zero. We'll see who's also going to be joining this guy, because usually they come out as a group. And hopefully they don't mess with anybody. Like, I do feel bad when people, you know, like, even when that happened to Pretend Media, even though it was funny as heck to me, I still was hoping, like, oh, I hope he's okay, though. But it's still funny, because, you know, they get to kind of a taste of their own medicine. Yeah, it's funsies. I even learned random stuff just for fun. Like, I was researching, which I'm terrible to watch zombie movies with, just so you know. Because I'm always pointing out, because I went to school for nursing,
Yeah, Tommy's
and
taking a break
because I
tonight.
research, like, so Tommy's not going to be there, obviously. But I like to research things, so, like, I was learning how, like, to do prepping and stuff like that. So when we watch, like, zombie movies, I'm always like, that's not even possible. Like, I'll start pointing out all the flaws or all the things that are wrong with it. And the people always that are around me are like, can we just watch? It's a movie,
So
bro.
the
It's a
dude that's
movie. Just
walking
enjoy the movie. And it's like,
into the
but it's
frame right now,
wrong.
the guy
This
with
would never
the
happen in real life. It's like,
oh, the guy who just
okay, I
walked
gotta.
across the blue line and threw something at the ice skate. Yeah, he's got one of those
Yes, you'll
megaphones
be
that he used to love
leering
whistling
a lot
songs.
of words with me, okay, guys? I definitely gonna buy the Nick Shirley shirt that says, you know, proud student of the Leary Center. It's because, you know what, guys, when you have kids, sometimes their
I think
phrases stick to you and you
there's
tend
a
to
bigger
use them in
crowd
the
over
real
on the
world
corner here
and don't realize it.
than there is at ice.
I think it's because they're turning the frogs gay. Honestly, I don't think they really made mention of why they do inflatables. I think someone who actually was talking about it once, but I don't think they really kind of spoke about it. Now, I know some people are saying those are the furries. So it's like, okay, like, I don't get it, but sure.
Can't tell from here if that's Peter, the Quaker guy, peacekeeper.
But yeah, he was saying that Tommy's not coming out, so we'll see if any of the other guys come out. Like I said, they usually come out together. 'Cause if not, I feel sorry for this guy if he's a patriot, because he's gonna get overrun by the other losers.
I'm kind of wondering if anybody can check. I was watching Veli Ray earlier, and he was filming in southeast, like along Powell and along the bike path along 205, and suddenly his stream just went dead, like with no warning, just went dead.
Yeah.
Wondered if he was
Definitely.
okay. Wonder if somebody could check his YouTube and see if he came back on or not.
No, I see. It does seem like Valley
There's
Ray
like
posted
4 people in front of ice.
30 minutes ago, because I saw him bike riding. But I don't think he's came back online.
Maybe 15, 20 people across the street over by Operation Inflation. No, Mike's sitting in his truck. Yeah, we love Veli. He had an issue with his phone and duct tape. He's fine. Okay, good to know. Good to know Veli's fine. Yeah. Well, you know.
Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but supposedly, take it with a grain of salt, guys, okay?
Richard's coming
But
over. That's all
supposedly,
we need.
JD Vance is not going to be running for 2028. So that leaves Marco Rubio. So I'm trying to see, like, I'm wondering who they're going to pair up with Marco Rubio. Now, Marco Rubio, in my book, he has been like a superstar. So I could see why he would garner the role for presidency, you know? So it
About a
definitely
week
would
from
be
now on
interesting
No
to see
Kings,
that one
it's gonna be like
happen.
1,000 people
Especially because the left doesn't really have any garbage on him. So they can't really, that's why you don't really see them talking trash about Marco Rubio, but I think he's like an undercover threat. Like, they just don't know it yet. They still are thinking it's JD Vance, but I bet you it's going to be Marco Rubio. Now, who are they going to pair him with? That's going to be the question. Yep, he went from little Marco to big Marco. So definitely. And I think, honestly, he would probably garner a lot of the Latin vote. Because just like when Obama went for presidency, he got like probably the majority of the black vote because they wanted the first black president, even though he was mixed race. But Marco Rubio, I believe he's Cuban. So he'd be the first Latin to be president, and I think he would garner a lot of Latin votes just for being Latin. Like, I know the people on the right would be looking more at like his policies to see like where they land, but the people on the left, you know, the race grifters, they'll more than likely vote for him just because he's Latin.
Some of us were talking about no kings.
Yep,
And,
I'm telling you, man.
What's the best way to go
that boy
for
can
no
do
kings?
it,
Like,
and he's been like
go buy
a boss
pride
on
shirt,
policy, like foreign
go
policy.
undercover,
Like,
wear a
man,
blowy outfit.
I think I've been seeing more of Marco Rubio in the news than I have
It's
JD
going to be
Vance.
crazy. It could be
Like, at
40,
first I saw
50,000
JD
people
Vance,
downtown.
but like he kind of fizzled out, and all you're seeing is Marco everywhere. Marco and Trump. Marco and Trump. So for that one, I'm excited for. I would love to see Marco Rubio run. I know he tried before, kind
Definitely the
of
blowy.
failed.
Yeah, I'll go
But
over
now I
and ask him
think,
for one right
I
now.
think personally, I think he'll win.
Can I have a blowy so I can go undercover? Quiet without the DJ? Yeah, why no DJ? It's Friday night. Mark says it's not worth
They
covering.
said because I'm not
Well, it
DJ.
depends what you cover. I mean, Tommy's going to go. That should be interesting. Some of us are a little worried about Tommy.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think they need to start having people that can go undercover
I
that
think
the
no
left
kings
doesn't
has
know,
become just sort of a
you know,
gathering of like-minded
to go
people,
record
like kind of
because
a
the
festival.
the left be crazy, bro. Like, they just be trying to put the hurt on people.
You know, and if you go to nokings.org, not like I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think
help
so. I
you,
think
but
he's
go to
Vance
nokings.org,
was like, the
and there's
rumor
an
is that he was
interactive
going
map.
to be out of
They're everywhere. There's going to
politics
be no kings
completely
in
because
Hillsboro,
he was like
Battleground,
kind of pushing the
Vancouver, Lake
idea
Oswego,
that because they're
Beaverton,
having a fourth
and
child,
smaller
that he was
events
gonna kind of step away.
throughout
So
Portland, not just downtown at
that's why I'm
Waterfront.
trying to think who would
But
be
there's
a
going to be no
good
kings.
VP in
At
this
least 3 or
case.
4 of them. There's going to be a march from the convention center
That's the part that,
at
because you
10:30
need a
in the
good
morning.
VP, because you need to
That's
have
on
somebody that's
Saturday the
gonna
28th. And
stand in
that march will
solidarity
come
with you,
down
and
to
not talk trash behind your
the
back.
waterfront and join up
Um,
with a bigger event, making it even
so
bigger.
I'm trying to think what would be like
So
one of those like
yeah,
bomb
it
tickets,
could be
you know,
interesting.
where it's gonna like check people's
Tommy can
boxes.
not against
So like
40,000
I was
people.
playing
I mean,
around with the
who are
idea
all,
of
you know, fired up.
Marco Rubio and Tulsi Gabbard, because I know a lot of people love Tulsi Gabbard, and then I was thinking Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth.
I was
And the other
down
reason
at
why I liked
last
that
weekend. I
Marco
went to Lake
Rubio
Oswego
would be
where they
making
do
his
like a
presidential
little
run, we're
1-hour
finally going
protest
to get a
every
young
Saturday
person in
morning.
there. We're not going to have any geriatric people. Like,
They
that's just
were
awesome in itself.
they had a couple hundred people.
Ooh,
They
Steve
usually get
Scalise is a
like
good
few
one.
hundred
Yeah,
people. And the
yeah.
organizer told me that back in October for No Kings,
Rubio
they had
Scalise.
3,500
That sounds
people.
good.
And that's in Lake Oswego.
That's a good one.
Which, for
But
those
yeah,
of
I've
you
been
who
kind
don't
of
know,
playing
Portland
like
is
games in my head, like
probably
trying
one
to
of the
like
wealthiest
pick a pair
suburbs
of what sounds good, like what flows, and then like where they
There is a
stand
lake,
politically and
multi-million
their
dollar
policies,
homes
what
all
they
around
would
that
be.
lake.
So I've been kind of eyeballing it,
A lot
and
of
I'm
Tony
waiting to
shops
see
downtown.
if Marco Rubio is going to make it
And
known
of
that he's
course,
going
all
to
the
be
people at
running.
that protest were
I know Trump,
rich,
when
white,
he
and
was asked
racist.
about it on Air Force One,
I
he
didn't
made
see their
mention
housekeepers
that
out there.
both JD Vance and Marco Rubio would be good for president. He didn't say which one, but he said they would both be good.
Well, you know,
So
Chris, I mean,
maybe
like,
Trump already
what
knew
good are
that
3
Vance was
bodyguards? I'm
not going
sure
to
it'll
do it, and
happen,
that's
but
why he kind of
what
named
good are
them
3
both.
bodyguards
But
when
we'll
you're
see.
in a crowd of like tens of thousands of people?
But now I'm thinking Steve Scalise, bro, because that's a good one. I didn't even think about that guy.
You know, people who were there, I missed last October. People who were there
Yep,
said it was
we need someone like that. We
pretty
need one of
frightening and
those
a little
like
overwhelming.
Bavino
really small
kind
group
of
of
like
patriots.
he would make a good VP, but I'm just saying like how Bavino
No, and
was like
they'll follow you
straight
back
up.
to your
If they would
car.
have took him off the leash, I think this
And
guy would
even
have
if
went
you
full
feel like you're
force
cool there,
and with no
then when you
apologies.
leave and people
And you
follow
need that. kind of person as a VP. So you're definitely correct there. So it'd be interesting to see. Now, is Scalise like Italian? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I'm going based off the last name. I'm
I don't
not
want
sure.
to speak for him, but I believe he said he's
But that would be still a good ticket. If he, even if he isn't.
But he wants to film. On the other hand, how can you resist? Temperature is dropping quickly here.
Oh yeah, the weather has been crazy, man. I swear,
Yeah,
Mother
the last
Nature
one was
must be
October.
on menopause or something, because it goes cold, then hot, then cold, then hot, and I'm like, girl, get it together.
Nah, Richard's talking
Like,
to
can we
pretend.
just have consistent weather, please? Because I'm trying to garden and can't put my plants outside yet in the ground because of frost, and I'm like, damn it, man, I want them tomatoes. Believe it or not, guys, I'm really good at gardening. I was so surprised because I always thought I didn't have a green thumb. My grandma had the most amazing green thumb. She could plant anything. She could revive anything. Oh my God. I wish I had her skill. But just so you guys know, if you guys ever plant this, it's best to plant it in a pot.
He's not coming down anymore.
But if you plant mint, you need to keep it in a
giving up
pot
on
because
ice.
they will overtake your whole yard. I learned that the hard way. And I had 3 different types of mint plants. I had like spearmint, and then I had
All right,
chocolate
we got
mint,
399 watching.
and
Let's make
then
it
I think
400.
like
Don't forget
lemon
to smash
balm
that
mint.
like button.
And the
Shane
spearmint
says,
overtook
smash
all
that like button and subscribe
all
if
the
you can
space
cause anything.
where it killed the chocolate mint and the other one. But I'm really good at like tomatoes,
I guess I
cucumbers,
don't get any cake.
sunflowers. I haven't gotten the hang of carrots yet, but I'm gonna get there. I also have grown
All right, now we
watermelon
got
and
music.
regular melons.
I know
But
you
I'm
have
getting
some
there, guys. I'm getting there.
copyrighted music, so YouTube can demonetize my video.
Yeah, she's definitely been having those heat flashes. I have friends that live in all parts of the United States, and they're telling me, like, I have a friend in Colorado where they hit, like, Texas weather, and they're like, how? Like, the day right before that, it just snowed, and now they're in 80-degree weather, and they're like, what the hell? You know, and that was me. Like, it snowed on my birthday, and then we get this heat wave, and I'm just like, what? And then it's supposed to go back down, and I'm like,
My chat
yo,
wants to know
get
who
it
you
together,
are.
lady.
My chat wants to know who you are. Where do you stream? Are you on TikTok? Oh, you're Nathan's. Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
Well, at least these people are like kosher, you know? They're nice to each other. That's a good
Oh,
thing.
wife. Pretty sure wife.
I did not expect that guy pretending to have a wife. I thought he was on the other team. But apparently, he has a wife.
Thank you, Cutter, for the super chat. Really appreciate that.
Maybe he undercover, guys. Or he's just a soy boy. I mean, pick your pick. Pick your poison, guys. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you get 89-degree weather, and then all of a sudden, bam, 49-degree weather. Like, we've had 80-degree weather, and we're gonna be dropping, like, where the high is gonna be like 40, and the low is gonna be like 20, and we're like, what? Like, you're thinking like, all right, cool, I can put my winter gear away, and you're like, nope, gotta leave it out.
Right. 421. He's engaged to his mom. Oh, come on, that's mean.
That was funny. Someone in his chat said that he's engaged to his mom.
I haven't been down here for a week because I was actually spending some time with a lady I
Yeah.
know. Lucky me. She might wake up one day and realize she's made a big mistake, but so far it's pretty good. Spent a little time in the country, got out of town for a couple days. Still working.
Looks like it's starting to pick up, but it's still like no people really there.
See more stuff hanging off of that tree over there.
Now, I don't know if you guys heard about Project
Yeah,
2029,
everyone needs
but
some
JB
money.
Pritzker was talking about it.
Diametic-based conservative living.
And
That's hard to
it's the
do in
thing that I've been
Canada.
telling you guys about how they were saying that big or small, if you sided with
Nathan
basically
went to get
Trump and his
food. I'm
administration,
gonna take his spot.
liked any of the posts, commented positively on them, liked anything of the ICE and stuff like that, that they're keeping tally and
No, she
going to be
doesn't
coming
have blue
after
hair.
people
She's a lot younger
once
than
they
me.
take power. So
She's
we
cute
definitely
too.
don't want them to win the midterms because that's going to be 2020 all over again for the people on the right. Like what they did, like they proved it with January 6th, you know, when they arrested those people without due process. Coming from the group that keeps complaining about due process, they did not give
Cute,
J6ers
super
due
fit.
process. A lot of
Works
them
out,
were in the
bikes,
hole
hikes,
the whole time. And then
sales.
you had them going after political appointments. Like Joe Biden went after Trump and his lawyers. They arrested his lawyers for doing their job. Like this should be like dystopian to a lot of people and be like, hey, we don't want this because they're going to do that to us. Because
Yeah,
remember,
it's
Trump
quiet for
said
a
one
Friday
thing that
night.
I always hold true.
It's like
They're not really after him. He's
three
just in the
people in
way.
front of ice, one
Once they
frog
get
over
him out the
there,
picture, they're going to come
a
full
little
force
goose
for
on
it
the
because
corner.
they were also talking about like re-educating people on the right,
Nah,
you
she's
know?
off.
So just so you guys
I'm keeping the
know,
space
I'm
warm.
not
We got a
suicidal
unicorn over there.
and your girl
Take a
will
look at that
not go
unicorn.
down without a fight. You know, so if they lock me up, y'all will know. Y'all will find out very quick because I have a
I
big
don't
mouth.
know. I don't know, camshaft.
But,
I'd
you know,
expect to see ground
I don't
zero.
think
I know
like
one
some people were
Patriot's
telling me they
coming
don't
down
think they
around
would
10
come after me because
o'clock.
my channel is so little, but I think that they're going to be coming after anybody, you know, whether they're small or big. Like they'll probably go for the big fishes first, but they definitely would go
He's
after the
coming
small
back. I
fish
better move.
because of the fact that they know that
Just
our
kidding.
voices will then take over
But I am
their
moving.
space and become
Look at that
big,
Tesla
and they
shot.
want to
Elon,
kind of
I
nip
want to
it in
see
the
a
bud.
Model Y in my driveway. I'm giving you all of this free
And
publicity.
a great example of stuff like this is what Mamdani is doing, what
Come on,
Virginia is
little
doing, where
product
they're trying
placement
to
going on here.
take
Help
away
me out.
people's guns. Like the stuff they're doing is so unconstitutional. Coming from the group that talks about constitution and democracy, you know, it's like it's crazy, man. Like I feel like personally, like I want to just go and buy like
Governess, how
land
you doing?
either down by the river or in a mountain and just kind of hide out and become a
No,
hermit.
Freya's taping everyone. Freya's taping everyone and
Yes,
relax
they
is,
definitely do.
relax is always
I'm
fun.
trying to do that one
Relax
person
is
at a
always
time.
good.
Like every person I talk to, every family member, every friend, I try to kind of
Man,
show
the
them the
wind is
light. I
starting to
give them
pick
the
up.
information. I tell them,
I
hey,
wasn't counting
you do
on
what
that.
you
It was
want with
warm
it. This
today.
is the truth. You could take it with a grain of salt. You could believe it, not believe it. You could do your own research. If you want to kind of argue my point, go for it. But at least look into it, you know? And most of the time, when they do, they're kind of shook.
May
Like
Space
they might
doesn't
not
usually show up
all
until 9
convert
o'clock, but you
to
never know.
becoming Republican, but it definitely kind of leans them more independent, and they tend to open their eyes more. So, like, um, there was one of my friends. He had said that I said came into his facility, and he's like, of where he worked, and he's like, they can't do that. They can't just come into my building and take people. I'm like, where did they go? And he's like, in the lobby. I'm like, okay, that's a public space. They can do that. They don't need a warrant for that. I'm like, they just can't go into the back office. They can't go into the employee lounge without permission. I'm like, so yes, anything that's open to the public, they can go in. They don't need warrants for that. So yeah, I had to educate some people on it. Yep.
97. Wow.
Sorry guys, I'm like super talkative today. And this is with no sugar, no Red Bull, no caffeine. Your girl just always hype. You would think with all that gardening, that
Yeah,
constant
I think Tommy
learning,
will get bored.
that and me
I think
constantly
with
being
this
busy,
book
it would
down
like
here,
kind of
there's
make me want to
people
snooze, but it
that
doesn't.
you control,
I just have like
people will
so
want to
much
walk down the
energy.
street. When the numbers pick up, I think Tommy will be
Could be
back.
that I eat natural
And I
sugars,
don't
like
have
I was
any
eating
inside
grapes
dope
right
on
now.
that, I'm just saying. It's like catnip. You know, and then there's just the whole idea of rotation. Because New faces show up. You know, they don't know Tommy. Maybe they're like, damn, did you know? Yeah. Then they got to go find out.
I don't think I'm kidding. I'll wake up at like 6:30 in the morning. Like I was on vacation, mind you guys, from work, and I was still waking up at like 6:30 in the morning. And I had people telling me like, "Why are you up? Shouldn't you go back to bed? Like enjoy your vacation." And it's like, once I hit my 8 hours, my eyes are like, they pop open.
Tony, I don't know.
And I'll start talking to people, like my dude or my kids or whatever, and I'm just like talking, you know, and they're just looking at me like the way Boo looked at when she looked outside, or when she was looking at Mike Wazowski, where she's just like with that glazed look on her face. That's how they look at me, and I'm just looking at them like, oh yeah, y'all ain't at my level of energy. But like, we haven't had our coffee, bro. We need at least 10 cups to get to where you're at. So I have to usually just sit there and be like, okay, let me kind of take it down a notch. Yeah, I don't. I should have. I, I ain't gonna lie. Like, your girl ain't like a spring chicken no more. So, like, when I had my birthday party, like, on the weekend, I felt like it took me 2 days to recover. I was like, damn, that sucks. But I definitely am not one to really try and sleep in. You know, like, I don't know. Like, once my body's like, no, it's time to get up, I'm up. And I'm like fully energized from like 6 in the morning to like midnight. Like, I'm crazy, guys. I'm crazy. Sorry. What are these people doing? Like, they're stitching together a video. Like, why? I don't see any other Patriots coming out. At least not yet. So this guy might be a lone wolf.
You know, we had a projector. Wolfgang, we had a projector where
And
we
there
could project
goes my
stuff on the side
dogs.
of this building over here. They
My dogs are
did
like,
too.
it's time for us to go
And some
outside
people have
now.
done projections on the side of the ice building.
I do.
I'll show you where.
Believe it or not, I have like a Samsung ring, and it tells me I have excellent sleep because I'm the type of person that when I'm tired, I'll
Right
go to
there.
sleep.
People have done
And not only that,
projections.
but I can sleep in the most awkwardest positions. Um, so like one time when I was working and we had like a meeting, I fell asleep and I was like on my bed like this, and my legs were up, and like my dude passed by me, he's like, "Are you sleeping?" He's like, "Are you in a meeting?" And I'm like, "Huh? What?" And I look and I'm like, "Oh crap! I've been sitting here by myself for 30 minutes." But yeah, I could fall asleep anywhere. Like I fell asleep like upside down. Sometimes I'll like sit in my chair and I'll be upside down watching TV and then I'll fall asleep. I don't know. I'm just crazy. But I get really good sleep because I'm the type of person that if I fall asleep, I'm out. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm self-aware of everything that's going on, but I get really good sleep. Like, I'll just knock out. Like, I'll hear noises, but in my head, it's like, if it's not something important, I won't wake up. So, like, when we heard sirens going off because of tornado warning, my eyes just popped open. You know, like, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get up. But if it's for, like, a big rainstorm that's hitting us, I'm just out. Maybe I should get like a MAGA flag back
Yeah,
here
double
or
deuce they
something.
should, but
I should put something on my walls,
Trump's like a
guys. You
magnet,
guys can give me ideas
and when he comes
of
down,
what I should put on my
it
walls.
brings a lot of other people. Oh, is
I
Larry
am.
because
I've been told that a lot.
Tommy's funny as hell, and
So I never
Tommy's
find
got a
it insulting.
following.
I always find it as a compliment.
We definitely get more patriots down here when Tommy's here.
I'm definitely a trip, guys. I'm definitely a trip. Now there's a unicorn. Wait a minute. What happened to the frogs? Looks like the teddy bear is going around. I lost the frogs.
There's a bear out there. Beware.
I'd be like going up to that bear and be like, "Hey, boo boo! Someone stole my picnic basket." I kid you not, guys. Don't think that I'm drunk or high. This is just me. Yeah, I take it as a compliment. I have just like a crazy sense of humor, man. I told you guys. I have sometimes a short attention span where something will catch my attention and I'll be like, squirrel! You know? And other times I can give you like, I could be super focused and I will like drown out everybody around me. That usually happens when I'm either working or doing homework. Like people will be like, I've been standing here for 10 minutes talking to you and I'll be like, you were? I was not paying attention to you. I thought you were talking to somebody else. I'll be like, well, what do you want? And at the same time, I could do two things at once. Like I can actually do stuff and do other stuff. So I can like be doing my homework and like, you know, talking to people or cooking or whatever. Like I can multitask like a crazy person. I'm telling you. I was telling my editor, I'm like, bro, we're gonna start seeing squirrels in my chats. I told him we should add it to some of our pre-recorded videos. I told him I should just do it just as a motion because it'd be funny. I'm like, so people that go on my lives will totally know when they see the pre-records what that's all about. I don't like any of the songs, but I like the beat. That's what sucks too. Like sometimes when you hear music and you don't like it, but you're like, man, but the beat. I don't like what they're saying, but the beat like hits. That I'm just maybe in the mood to like dance. I'm definitely one of those people that randomly dance. Like we went to the store today and I was with my kiddo and she was just like looking at me because like a Madonna song came on and I started like kind of dancing and she's just like looking at me like, can you stop? She's like, oh yeah, I'm in public, I forgot. Okay. Like I don't know. Can't help it. I'm telling you, man. I just want to go up to that teddy bear. Oh, there goes the frogs. Oh my god. You know what would be cool? I should find a squirrel costume and go out there in a squirrel costume. I really liked when they had Batman there. I was like, oh my god, that was like the best. And he had the best Batman impression. I was like totally like in love with that.
Oh, nice. Thanks for that update.
This is for the kids that you don't know. Slaving for your Tesla and your smartphone. This is good for the women and children with dirty hands. And it's good for a profit for the rich white man. For the folks that get your life back, make a payment. When I'm righteous, yeah, I might just dance on the dance to the rhythm, yeah, dance to the
What happened?
dance on the villains, yeah, dance on the dance to the rhythm, yeah, dance for the dance on the villains that be proud of the there's blood on your hands. You wouldn't understand. There's blood on your hands. You wouldn't understand. I'm so fed up with all of the nonsense. Fed up with all of the bombings. They keep on telling me, they keep on telling me, they keep on telling me. I'm so fed up with all of the nonsense. Fed up with all of the bombings. They keep on telling me, they keep on telling me, they keep on telling me.
Well, guys, we're going to call it a night. I'm going to go hit the books, and I will see you guys in the next stream. You guys have a great night.
Time's up, my little heathens. Harley's gotta cause more trouble. Thanks for the chaos.